Okay. Then we got
Doing
this.
outfits.
Yeah, you can't
And you know
redo
how
outfits.
kids are mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you wore the same dress.
Well, yeah, exactly. like even yesterday,
Yeah, I
my
did.
daughter had 3 graduation parties she went to yesterday before we went away. She came home, did outfit changes in between the
Taylor
graduation
Swift.
parties. I mean, it's insane. I mean, it's nuts. I don't know. I mean, like I'm running on fumes, and it's just starting the month of May right now. So. I mean, these graduation parties, these outfit changes, the money that we're spending. I mean, my God.
And then
I
next
need another
year-
job.
And then next year it's you.
No,
you
2
get 2
years.
more years.
2
Okay.
more years, yeah.
And then your 2 are 1 year apart.
Yeah,
so
they're 1 year
bing,
apart.
and then
Bing,
you're
bing,
done.
then we're done.
Okay.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Then we're done. Then it's college, and then it's scratching those checks for college. We were talking about college expenses yesterday, and the difference between going in state and out of state is just—it's absolutely insane from a monetary standpoint. I don't know how we're going to afford this thing. So if you see me go, yeah, exactly. No, if all of a sudden you see me back at school getting my doctorate because I'm going to be a brain surgeon, that's probably the only way that I'm going to be able to kind of afford this stuff. So I mean, it's just
how to make money.
I mean, $320 yesterday on 3 dresses? I mean, do we need these? No. Take it back. I need it. For what? Because. Why? Just wear the same damn black dress.
Yeah.
Grow out of them, too.
We're kind of at that stage, though, you know, like I don't want to say the growing is done because it's not, but
Yeah,
we're,
but
you
it's-
know.
Yeah.
14 and 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 and 16.
Girls grow
Yeah.
quicker, right? So they kind of end
Yeah,
sooner.
I guess.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
They
know,
get the
man.
head start.
They
Yes,
do this.
yes.
They're definitely more mature than boys, and
We
you can
don't
see
grow
it.
up
You know?
until
No.
like 25.
No,
if at all.
If at all.
Yeah.
Boys don't grow up. Boys are idiots. I mean, you see these morons walking around. These high school boys, they're dumber than boxes of rocks. I mean, it's unbelievable to watch the immaturity of the high school boy. I mean, I thought the middle school kids were like immature, right? Immature boys, you know, with just being stupid. No, it carries right over into the high school. It doesn't get much better. I mean, it really does. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you'd have hated me in high school. No way that would have landed.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw what shirt I wore the first day. I did
Yeah,
an
exactly.
internship
Yeah,
there.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. And that was college.
Well, at least that didn't cost you $175, you know, to wear like these damn dresses are.
Do you still have that shirt?
No.
I got rid of that thing.
Dang it.
Mm.
Frame that thing.
I should have. I almost wonder if I still had it, I'd probably put it in a box and ship it to John Hanson.
Ship it to John.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
ship
a
it to
good-
John.
yeah.
Yeah, he would have loved that.
Remember when
That's
I wore
nice.
this? Look at me now.
Yeah, he would absolutely love it. He's bored. He needs some of that kind of stuff. So if you have it in a box, send it up to Minnesota. He'd greatly appreciate that.
So Friday, Royals played it. Now, I kind of like the late Friday game on the West Coast. I hate like during the week.
During the week, it's terrible.
Horrible,
yeah.
right? Like Wednesday night, game starts at 8:40. It's kind of a bummer.
Forget about it, yeah.
But Friday was cool because got everything done, hung out with friends, and the Royals game was that night. But then Saturday was I guess you could say the marathon of the day that is the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, we mentioned Carrington was there. I'm sure he'll talk about it today on his show. And then the race happened.
Further ado is getting going on the far outside with Commandment. They're both putting in their runs as they arrive into the final furlong. O'Sally is also gaining ground on the far outside as they come to the last 16th of a mile. Denon Bourbon in front. O'Sally a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Cherie DeVaux make history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
So the 152nd Kentucky Derby ends with history as the first ever female trainer and her horse win. I forget what the odds were for
23 to 1.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, 23 to 1.
So for those of you that don't gamble or don't understand gambling, $1 you'd have won 20-30.
That's right.
$100,
2,300. You know,
So
you
there's
do
a lot of
pretty good.
There's a lot of people who probably put money on Golden Tempo that had the same reaction that the trainer had when she was seeing her horse come down the home stretch, which was great because they showed all the different angles of her celebrating, and you could see that she gradually got more and more excited.
Oh, it was so the back angle
Yeah,
of
where
her
she's
celebrate
lifted.
where she's
Yeah.
lifted up. Yeah. it
Oh
was
man,
great,
your
yeah.
life is forever changed.
Oh, you think?
What they say there was 18 horses in this race because that one threw that jockey off
Yeah,
the back,
that
and I
was
was like,
nuts.
ooh, that race is not happening for that horse.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out, dude. No chance. And then what they said there was like 18 horses or however many it was, and like the entire field had Secretariat's bloodline in it, or like all of them but 2.
18 of the 19,
That's
or
right,
18 of the 17, or something like that. Like I was looking
18
at
of
that
the 17. That's
yesterday.
impressive.
I know it is, right?
You are on fumes.
I am on fumes. I really am.
How strong that blood is.
Yeah, 18 of the 17. I was looking at that yesterday. I'm like, man, imagine if we just like studded out like Dusty or something. Like all these people are like, 18 of these 19 people are descendants of Dusty. I'm like, it's so bizarre in the horse racing. Like the family tree's a stick.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no branch.
There's none, obviously, of everybody. Secretariat raced in the early 70s, guys, okay?
Triple Crown, right?
Right, yeah. Like, yes.
They did the movie and all that, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know much about horse racing. I know that horse Lauren is buried over there in, 83rd and Mission. You can go see that. But other than that, I don't know much about the horse racing business. But everybody knows Secretariat, right? I mean, it's like everybody knows Larry Bird. Everybody knows Michael Jordan. Everybody knows Babe Ruth, right? It's one of those type of guys. Like, everybody knows Secretariat. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1972 when this guy won the Triple Crown, or when this horse won the Triple Crown.
73, yep.
73, okay.
So 43 years.
40-some years later, we're still out here. Oh, no, 50-some years later, we're still out here utilizing this guy to foster horses. Like, find somebody else. It's like golf, like find somebody else. Like, Secretariat is still out here being part of the entire lineup of the Kentucky Derby. That's insane to me.
Trying to recreate that heart. 3 times the size the average horse's heart was Secretariat's.
I mean, it's nuts, man. It is absolutely nuts that we're still in the lineage of Secretariat at the Kentucky Derby.
I mean, I guess we do kind of see like bloodlines carry on in the NFL and baseball and stuff like that.
Are the kids usually better than the fathers, though? Because I was also thinking about that yesterday, like Bronny versus LeBron.
Well, that's
Michael Jordan's son versus his son. Secretariat's the greatest to have ever done it, allegedly, right?
I mean, better sons than fathers. I'd say Ken Griffey over senior.
Yeah, junior over senior.
I'd say Barry over Bobby.
No doubt.
I'd say Jacob Wilson over Jack Wilson. I know he's only played like 2 years, but he seems like he's a better player.
Yeah, probably. Jack Wilson was a good player.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's better than Dell.
He's better than Dell, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, different sports.
Different sports, yeah, definitely different sports. But, I mean, like, if you start to look at how many sons did not live up to their fathers, too, I mean, I'm sure he's absolutely trending that way. But I don't know that he ever reached his dad. I don't.
Right.
I don't know that he ever did. I mean, his dad put one on top of Tiger Stadium. That was insane. I don't know that Prince ever reached that level.
He hit an inside the park home run. I saw that video this weekend. Hit like a gigantic pop fly to center and then barely made it home.
Yeah.
It's like watching Sal run. I'm like, get that piano off your back and get to going.
I mean, the fact that he was safe on that play is
knew
remarkable. And knew it. Yeah. I mean, obviously he had the best view of it. But yeah, I don't think Prince was better than Cecil. I think he was headed that way, but I don't think he ever got there.
Yeah, it's
I mean, Clemens' kid's playing for the Twins. He's not as good as Roger, obviously.
Miley Cyrus better than Billy Ray.
Billy, yeah, that's a good
100%.
one. Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is Julian Lennon better than John?
Ugh.
Is Travis better than Jason?
That's an interesting one. I would say I would say, like, it's funny you say that because I just saw somebody's doing like their Mount Rushmore, again, and it was the Philadelphia Eagles Mount Rushmore. They had Jason Kelce on the Mount Rushmore of Philadelphia Eagles of all time.
Wow.
Of all time, he was on the Mount Rushmore of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I would say yes, because he plays a position that it's easier to judge, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're both All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame, Super Bowl winning players, but one played center, one played tight end. So, like, for their position, I think it's kind of a wash because Kelce, for what do you want to say, 4 years completely, was by far and away the best tight end in football.
Yeah.
And probably for 4 or 5 years, maybe longer, Jason Kelce was the best. I mean, he was the best center in football until he retired, and then it was Creed. Mm-hmm. That's what we've been told.
That's what we've been told. Like, again, we've been told that. You can see Travis, right? We've been told about the offensive line guys. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. They're both better than Ed, though.
What do you think they learned all their party and stuff, though? Somebody says Peyton better than Arch.
There you go.
Well, as of right now. Oh, you mean Archie, the father? Yes. Yeah.
Bobby Witt better than Bobby Senior. Different position.
Different position. Trending that way, sure. Very early in the career.
Somebody says Pat Surtain Jr. and his son.
That's a good comp. Both are phenomenal. Both are really phenomenal. I would give the nod probably to Junior because it's a tougher league now than it was when the old man played. But, man, that old man could play. He could play. He was great, man.
Tatis Jr. better than his dad?
Ooh.
He's
heard a lot of people debate.
He's
this.
had
This
a
is
rough
apparently
go. He's
tough
not having
one,
a
right?
great year. He's very cold this year.
Sounds like he wants to play in Kansas City.
I would say yes. He's better than his dad.
What about Vlad and Vlad Jr.?
Vlad's a Hall of Famer, bro.
His son's trending.
I know he is. Too early yet for that one.
And now we get to wait for Charlie Woods and Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Just 14 more majors to go for young Charlie.
I just don't know that Charlie's even going to be close to Tiger. And I'll be honest with you, the golf world, please do not acknowledge Charlie Woods. Do not act like he's going to be the guy that takes over for Tiger. Move on from the Woods family.
Coming up next, we get to talk about those Royals, and then we'll also get into those Kansas City Chiefs and what they had to say this weekend as well. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and fellas, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to be told the truth because you're hiding behind your emotions or your insecurities. It's fine. But you know what? The truth is, ED can ruin the moment, and nobody wants that. Not you, not your significant other, because it's not always about you. But when you're getting intimate with your partner and you aren't able to perform the way that you used to or the way that you're able to, there can really be frustrating times. But at Heartland Men's Health, they're here to settle those frustrating times. There are a wide range of advanced treatment options for every stage of ED that can help you get back to performing again. Heartland Men's Health uses advanced medical science to empower male performances with therapies that go far beyond pills. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So, call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hi, I'm Jacob, your friend and an actual jeweler at Chain Company. I'm proud to work for a family business that's been committed to the highest quality standards for nearly 100 years. Your dream engagement ring is designed for quality every step of the way. We set your diamond by hand, never with machines. Prong tips are beautiful and secure, and intricate details are thoughtfully crafted. At Chain Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship, because a friend knows true love deserves the highest quality. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
When Kansas City storms roll through, hail and wind can damage your roof without you even realizing it. If your home was hit, call us at Century Roofing for a free inspection today. We handle every step with your insurance company, making the process stress-free and easy for you. For over 35 years and more than 35,000 roofs, we've been protecting Kansas City homes. Let us protect yours. Trust the pillars of strength with KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing, KC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. The new year is here. Home values are up, and you have more home equity than ever. Now is the time to put that home equity to work for you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Credit card balances are at an all-time high. Why pay 25 to 30% interest to them when you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call? Golden Oak's mortgage rate is 4.5%. We have no fee to apply and no out-of-pocket costs. And if you call today, you could make no payments for 2 months. But don't wait. This rate won't last forever. Imagine how good it will feel to have those bills paid off. At Golden Oak Lending, we can make that happen in as little as 14 days. And if for any reason your loan doesn't close, we will pay for your appraisal. Call today and take advantage of our 4.5% fixed rate. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending, cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Traffic for DM Injury Law, Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. Kansas side, 35 northbound trip from Olathe to downtown, 20 minutes. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this, 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Boy, the NBA Tonight crew had a hell of a graphic.
How great was that? My God.
That was awesome.
I mean, fantastic.
I don't know. It was better the fact that they were just like, I don't know who that is on the end. Nope.
Yeah.
Either. Who is that? I don't know. I wouldn't go into it.
Well, they can go into it, though, because they're the NBA. They're not the NFL. But the NFL does own 10% of ESPN, which made it very interesting that they put, if you didn't see it, a graphic of, what was it, like the boat that went nowhere or something like that?
The Boston boat.
The Boston boat.
boat.
All the bad things that have happened in Boston over the last month, and that the head of the boat was Rossini and Vrabel doing their Titanic scene. I mean, it was so good.
It's awesome.
It was wonderful. It really was. The fact that they did it, and they're like, who's that on the end?
I don't know. Don't recognize them.
They're the only people, though, honest to God, in like the mainstream media that are willing to touch this story, right? I've not seen like First Take talk about it. I've not seen anybody else talk about this stuff from a talking head standpoint. It's like everybody's avoiding this thing.
Chris Sims tried.
He tried. Yeah, he definitely tried.
Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Indiana Jones, and gone. Speaking of...
Caglione swinging, hitting it high in the air, deep to right field. Did he get enough of it? And that ball is going to be out of here. It's a home run. A towering fly ball to right to continue to carry out of the yard. And the Royals lead it 6-3.
Royals take care of business in Seattle as they sweep the Mariners, a very impressive series, but that, not the best highlight of the weekend.
You know, tight ball game against a really good team. Sorry if I'm stuttering. My adrenaline is through the freaking roof right now, and I love this.
Whoops, sorry, pardon me. Sorry about that, guys.
Pardon me, Joel. You didn't say it.
I'll be honest with you. These games are on streaming now. There's no there's no rules anymore. These are streaming games. You can say whatever you want on there if you're one of these, baseball players, because it's not on over-the-air TV. People think the only thing that's governed by the FCC is us on the radio and like ABC, CBS, NBC, like the over-the-air type of channels. Anything on cable is really fair game. You start to see them a little bit press the envelope and move it a little bit on some of the the talking head shows. You've seen cursing on some of the news magazine shows that they have. out there. So now that we're streaming, I have no issue whatsoever with Lucas Ursig saying that. I love the fact that the Royals didn't back down the next day. They released a statement like, yeah, he said it, so what? We're in the middle of doing some good baseball this week, so you might as well have some fun with it. I thought it was outstanding. That's raw emotion right there. And if it's something that you were offended by, go play tiddlywinks.
Tight ball game against a really good team. Sorry if I'm stuttering. My adrenaline is through the freaking roof right now, and I love this.
Whoops, sorry, pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. All right.
Woo!
So obviously, so much to dive into. You can obviously start with that interview. Closers are built different, man. They're getting absolutely adrenaline rushed in that bullpen. There's probably a reason why they don't talk a lot at the end of games, because that can happen. So I thought that was great, watching that game, seeing Lucas Ursig go in there and handle business. But the Royals going to Seattle, they win 3 in a row. They trot out the same lineup 3 games in a row.
Shocker, when you do consistency with your lineup, you actually win.
And I thought it was...
Hate to be the I told you so guy on this one.
And I should have known, but obviously you see the 3rd straight day of the same lineup, and then you get the lovely Royals fans, well, yeah, they faced a righty all 3 games. I'm like, that's not the point. They've done that before, and they've switched the lineup up, even if it's a righty. So it's like, you're going to have people that you just can't win, and that's fine. But the Royals are 15-19 now, still 4 games under 500, but they took care of business in Seattle, right? And they've taken care of business in their last 10 games. They're 7-3. They've scored 58 runs. So in 10 games, they're averaging 5.8 runs a game. And
America.
The guys that you need to hit are hitting. The top of your lineup is starting to hit, right? Vinny looks like he's starting to kind of get comfortable. Bobby Witt Jr. is doing his thing. Now, yesterday, not the greatest day of the dish for Bobby Witt Jr., but come on, man. He's hitting like 12 of his last 14 games. Michael Garcia is doing his thing as well. And then you're starting to see the other guys get their chances and show up, right? So you can be mad that Carter Jensen's having some rough times behind the dish. They've won 7 of their last 10. They swept Seattle. They're getting closer and closer to that 500 record, and they're not the last place team in the division. The Minnesota Twins are, and the Minnesota Twins were literally in first place, I want to say, like a week and a half ago, and they've fallen. And now
3-7 in the last 10.
So, I mean, again, yeah, they got up to a slow start, but again, it's baseball. It's a long season, and I would say, I don't know, is this the first real big test for them coming up? Because they get 4 against Cleveland starting tonight, and 3 against the Tigers, and they go to the South Side and play the White Sox for 3 more.
There's a lot of division games coming up right now. The White Sox actually had their first winning or non-losing month since June of 23 in April. They were 13-13. So the White Sox are no longer a slouch, in this division. So they've got a big 10-game stretch coming up against divisional opponents that, when you look at the standings, well, not just in this division, but everywhere in the American League, this could be like moving week for everybody, Everybody's playing against everybody, and you have an opportunity to make up some ground, win some games at home. The weather's starting to get nice. School's winding down. You got to do something at home to kind of get your fans excited. You were out on the West Coast. You kind of, nobody really pays much attention when you're out on the West Coast because the games are so late. And so now you're back home. You went 4-2 on that road trip, took care of business, swept the series from the Mariners. You got to keep it going at home. You got to take care of business against Cleveland, and they're rolling in for a 3-game series, and they're better than you in the standings. So go out there, take care of business against them, gain some ground, and start getting yourself back to 500. Still 4 games to go to get back to that elusive 500 mark. And so they've got their work cut out for them. But what a better opportunity than the next 10 games, essentially, against Cleveland, Detroit, and Chicago. You've got yourselves your 3 divisional opponents that you're going to be battling all season long. Let's see where you rank against them right now.
And it's a good night tonight to set the tone. Can't wait to get out there and watch the guys play. Michael Wacha takes the slab against Tanner Bybee. So Wacha, the guy that Q seems to love the most in this rotation. I mean, at least he said that too. He'd throw out there on the mound in a Game 7 World Series clinching game, so that would let you know where that's at. And I think the other thing that was great about this weekend is we screamed from the mountaintop, or maybe I did, Friday, of like, just let Jack play. Let Caglione get in there. Played every game this series, went 3 of 10, 3 RBI, hit 300, had a home run, and had the go-ahead RBI that he launched 108 off the bat to center field that Julio Rodriguez is like, I've never seen a ball get to me that fast in center field.
Completely fumbled it.
I mean, it was a rocket. I mean, normally the ball is descending speed by the time it gets to you in center field, and that thing had so much topspin and force behind it, went all the way to the wall. So I thought he was great in this series, getting the chance to kind of do his thing. Obviously, him and Vinny go yard in the same inning. They do the Italian celebration. Just a really good weekend for Cags to see that kid kind of start to get into his groove. As we've seen that in every step that he's gone up from back when he went from AA to AAA and then from AAA to the majors and then back down. And then now he's had the kind of the fresh slate this year, but it's good to see that. And then I think you're starting to maybe see the bullpen kind of mesh and like it's setting because we're happy that we saw the same lineup for 3 days and it was successful. I think the way that the bullpen should go, the rest of, at least until it seems like it's not the way it is, that it's not working. But I really like this Avila kid going in the 7th, Lynch in the 8th, and then let Irsay come in the 9th. And then hopefully you get some sort of value out of Carlos Estevez when he's ready to come back. That extends your bullpen, but Lynch has been phenomenal. He's been your best bullpen arm.
He's been your best bullpen arm for probably the last 2 years, really.
And I thought it was interesting yesterday that Bubic and Lynch in the same draft with Dayton Wright, and Bubic gets the start and the win, Lynch gets the save, and it's like, well, we didn't think this was going to happen when you drafted him, but here's baseball.
Hey, it doesn't matter, though, as long as your guys are contributing to the team in some sort of way. I mean, people will look at Luke Hochevar and say, oh, that was a bad pick. He was very instrumental in what happened in 2014. You needed Luke Hochevar on this team. And same with, a guy like Christian Colon. People bemoan that pick all the time, but I'll tell you this right now. You got a guy that was a first-round draft pick that had 2 of the biggest hits in your franchise's history. I mean, Christian Colon paid for himself as well. So it doesn't matter what you do overall. It matters, do you show up for those big moments and do you take control of a situation when it's offered to you? And I think Lynch IV has done a great job over the last year or so out of that bullpen for this team. And right now it's working, so why mess with it? And you had said something about Carter Jensen, about him struggling or whatever. I don't care that he's struggling right now. I'd rather have Carter Jensen in the lineup struggling than sitting on the bench not struggling and, trying to figure things out by, going to batting practice. I love the fact that they're allowing him to go out there and play and see what he can do. And obviously some of that has to do with the hip on Salvi, but with him running the way that he did, I don't know how bad that could be. So I think right now Carter Jensen struggling is a great thing. It really is. It's going to let him get better. It's going to let him improve, and they're actually allowing it. Like, Dick Vermeil years ago used the term, it's time to take the diapers off. And I will use that term with the Royals. It's time to take the diapers off. And they did that this weekend. They allowed Cags to go out there and play. They allowed Carter Jensen to go out there and play. And miraculously, this team is starting to play some better baseball when you get consistency out there. It's not that hard to figure out. And again, I'll continue to preach this till I'm blue in the face. Analytic-based lineups suck. You don't win championships doing it that way. Teams that win championships have a consistent lineup, and they go out there every single day, and they take care of business. Analytics are used when you don't believe your team is good enough. So you're trying to, connive and scheme behind the scenes. And when you scheme behind the scenes for anything, ultimately it doesn't work and you get caught. And I think having a steady lineup in the way that they're playing right now is a beautiful brand of baseball. They're also 4-2 and Rex Hudler's behind the mic. And I don't know about you guys. I just, when I was listening to Hud over the last couple of games, it just felt right. I know they're doing things with the broadcast and they're changing things up and we're moving guys in. And it's not that I don't like any, because I think Haas does a great job. I think Guthrie does a really good job. I don't know. Something just hit me the other day when I was listening to Ryan and Hud, and I went, this is the way it's supposed to be. As much as I love Ryan and Denny on radio, I love Ryan and Hud on TV, and I didn't realize that until this year when we didn't have Hud, and then he came back, and I'm like, this feels nice. It just feels comfortable.
I think if I could take a counteract on that, I think it's because now you're getting the HUD in moderation that we accept.
Yeah, absolutely. No question. Everything in moderation.
5 days of me. By Friday, you're like, all right, that was fun.
Mac and I are done. Yeah.
But by Monday, you guys are like, I'm ready to see Dusty again.
We're all ready to see each other.
By Thursday, it's like, okay, Dusty can get bent hard. We'll dive more into the Royals here in just a little bit because we'll get to our overreaction on Tuesday. But the Chiefs are getting younger.
What year were you born? 2003. 2002. Let's go. 2003. 03, baby. Let's go. 2002. 2001. 2002. Born 2002. 02 babies, the best babies.
02 baby.
Man, how long this been recording? 50 minutes? Look, y'all don't wait 50 minutes to get the best one. Let's see. I was born in Arrowhead.
That was Mansour Delane.
Mansour Delane. Yeah. I mean, earlier in the week, he admitted to being a Ravens fan, which you are who you are, right? Not anymore. But he came strong with that one at the end. But again, I mean, we're getting closer and closer, guys. These dudes were 10 and 11 when Andy Reid took over here in Kansas City. The next video needs to be with the rookies. Where else has Andy Reid coached?
Yeah, they were born in the midst of their NFC Championship run with Philly. Way back when. That's when they were, yeah.
I mean, it just gets younger and younger and younger. And like I said, they're 10 and 11 years old when Andy Reid took over here in Kansas City.
Some of them may not even know who John Elway is.
You know what? There was a thing over the weekend. I think he retired 29 years ago this week.
He retired in 1998.
Yeah.
He won back-to-back and was gone.
Yeah. 28,
way to do it.
28 years, 29 years ago, he announced his retirement. It's
a badass
insane.
way to do it.
None of those guys know who John Elway is.
Like, imagine if you could go in the future or in the past and be like, hey, John, you're going to spend like 15 years in heartbreak, go to like 4 Super Bowls, have all these amazing accolades, be one of the better quarterbacks of your generation. You're not going to win anything, but your last 2 years, you're going to go back-to-back Super Bowl champion and retire.
Done.
Sounds great.
Sign me up.
Just got to get through these 15 years, right? But then...
but that's any player, man. You're either money chasing or ring chasing, and Elway at the end clearly ring chasing, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
have to be.
Yeah, because then
they ring chase for him.
Yeah, they put that team around him.
Yeah.
I mean, they went and got
Best
TV.
team he had.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I still remember was it the Super Bowl when Atwater and whoever collided, and it was like one of the big blow-ups in the secondary. I think it was like Steve Atwater and somebody else that happened to in the 97 Super Bowl. Because I don't know if it was 97 or 98 when Elway helicoptered.
Helicoptered in is one of the greats.
Look at that old man. Look at that guy, 30.
Is that not one of the best NFL plays of all time, though?
That is sick.
I mean,
that is
as
sick.
much as you hate the Broncos, that play in and of itself, that has to go down as one of the coolest NFL plays we'd ever seen.
Oh, I mean, yeah, because moment, legacy, touchdown, like old
Everything,
age, helicopter.
And he helicoptered. I mean, it was great.
I once saw Dustin Colquitt helicopter. Funny guy, Dustin Colquitt. All right, it's a Monday. Let's get into our overreactions. Mac, your name's on the list first, so.
Yeah, I'll start something here locally with the Kansas City Mavericks. Bob,
we need to delve into this.
Yeah, I saw you put this in the doc, and I was like, well, what better to have this be an overreaction? It's not an overreaction because this is some BS. It looks like if the Mavericks have reached the playoffs and if this series reaches Game 6 and Game 7, which normally played over at Cable Dom Arena, they will now be playing at, where is it, Independence?
No, they're going to be playing in like the ancillary, ice patch that they have over there. There's 2 pieces of ice over there. There's a practice facility where we went and played hockey with Denny and Ryan.
The community ice.
And then there's the main arena ice. Now, Lee Summit and Lee Summit North, I guess, I don't know who it is. They're having their graduations at the Independence Event Center those days.
Gang, gang.
So they can't use that arena for these hockey playoff games. That's bad scheduling on the arena part. I mean, It really is. Like, you have a hockey team there. You've got to keep these dates fresh for your team. And they go to the playoffs every year. This isn't like a team that hasn't gone to the playoffs or, oh, my God, I can't believe they're here. We had a concert scheduled. We better move it, that type of stuff. Like, no, the Mavericks are in the playoffs all the time. And so that's on the arena for scheduling. But they're looking for ice. Like, Mayor Q's even out there going, can you play at T-Mobile?
Yeah, what's going on there on Saturday?
I mean, can we get these guys a place to play? Is there a sheet of ice somewhere else? Well, once they move to Olathe in 3 years, this won't be an issue, obviously. But that's just poor management on the arena's part, not communicating with the team that, hey, we're going to have these graduations here, and the team should have said, we're going to be playing hockey in the playoffs. And so they're going to play potentially Game 6 and Game 7 with no fans, like it's COVID all over again.
Yeah, so that's my overreaction. We gotta fix that.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting one when I saw that because I think you tweeted it out like Friday. Is that when?
I don't remember when it was. It was over the weekend at some point, but I mean, you got to do better than that, man. That's on the Independence Event Center for this one, and on the Mavericks. You got to communicate and say, what are we going to do? When is our playoff series?
Yes.
And I'm sure. Look, and I'm sure Lee Summit scheduled this thing probably a year ago to reserve it. Everybody schedules everything a year in advance with graduation, so I'm sure they had it on the books, but. We got to do better there of figuring out a better time to have this.
I was going to say, like, I'm with this text. Like, don't they have graduations happen every year?
Yeah.
Oh, Rockhurst graduation at T-Mobile on Saturday.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, so all these graduations are booked. We didn't think about the hockey team?
The team that plays here all the time?
Yeah. I mean, that's on the arena, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, that's bad scheduling.
Like, you've got to know that you could potentially have these games. You can't schedule stuff for that. Can they move their graduations to their football stadium and do it outside? Is it supposed to rain this weekend?
Well, it is.
Or whatever weekend that is.
I mean, it is May. It could rain today and then for the next 4. Bob, overreaction?
The Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals and then on to the NBA Finals. There's nobody in the East that's going to stop them.
Love it. Love it. It's a fun overreaction. I think this will be a good series. We're about to watch.
It's going to be a really good series. Yeah. Sorry, Boston couldn't make it. They were with Rossini.
Over there on the boat.
Did you hear about the Celtics though? Their trip to Cancun got canceled because they were on Spirit Airlines. Yeah.
It's going well.
That's why Carrington's doing the show from Churchill Downs.
Can't get home. The Spirit Airlines thing, my overreaction was going to be, I don't know that I've seen the internet one any more than when the Spirit Airlines thing happened over the weekend. And all the tweets and all the memes and all the jokes. I was dying with some of how funny these things were over the weekend. This was one of those moments where I'm like, I'm glad we still have X, and I'm glad we still have a place where we can all go and talk about this kind of stuff, because it was hilarious over the weekend with Spirit Airlines.
Talk to you later.
I think my overreaction is, has Cags arrived? He had a great weekend, got to show out and prove it. Now he can't lose it. Keep going with that. Keep letting him play. Let him keep getting reps. He's an everyday player. I think that might be the overreaction that some people might not like. That I think he is. I think a lot of people agree with that. He's an everyday player. It might have taken more time than people would have liked because we are not patient as human beings. We know that with the time of everyone being on this earth, we're just not patient
with anything.
But I think he showed in Seattle why he was the 6th overall pick and why the roof has continued to move further up for Jack Caglione. Again, 3 for 10, a home run, a go-ahead RBI that was just laced off the bat that went through the wickets of Julio Rodriguez. And he had that big home run Friday night. I mean, he had a really good series. He didn't move in the lineup. I love this lineup. I hope they keep this lineup. Or if this is your right-handed lineup, then every time there's a righty, use this. Because I believe it is Garcia, Bobby, Vinny, Sal, Carter, Cags, Collins, Massey, Isbell. I have no issue with that. I really don't. And I think that if you can let that gel and let that form, you're going to see more and more production from these young kids. I understand that maybe Carter's kind of eating it right now, but that's
all right.
That's the ebbs and flows of baseball.
Let him learn.
I watched an interview with, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but the kid, Connor Griffin. They were talking to him Friday because there was rain, and they had him in the dugout, and MLB Network was talking to him. And he's like, I think the best part about being up in the league right now is that I've had failure, and I got to learn how I can get better from failure, and they keep putting me out there every day to do it, and Connor Griffin's starting to kind of come around, and that is just the way of life. Like, you're going to do a radio show sometime, and then you're going to think you nailed it, and then your boss is going to be like, what was the point in this topic that you had? Because it took you 8 minutes to get to it, and then you went to break. You're like, okay, I've got to get better. Well, you're not going to get any better if he just keeps you off the air, right? So, like, with these young players, the more reps they get, the more time they get, the more, failure they experience. Now, obviously, you can't let a guy go out there and just go 0 for 25. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, might go 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, stick his ass right back in the lineup and let him do it again.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, I don't know. But I just really like the fact that they let him get comfortable this weekend. And by the way, him and Vinny, Royals, more social media. Sam Lutz and those guys out there that do that with the Royals. 2 Italians getting coffee in Seattle. I thought that video was great. Let those personalities blossom and let Vinny and Cags kind of have that relationship, because I think it's interesting when you watch this. Every time Cags is up, and I think it might just be for everybody, but Vinny's over the guardrail, cheering, yelling, saying all these things to pump positivity into Cags. But I think my overreaction is that Cags has finally arrived to the player that people want him to be in Kansas City. I know that I'm hard. Better believe it. Coming up next, we get into the Boston debate. Plus, who was on the ship? Even Bill Simmons made it here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 2 Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, here we go. We're in the middle of May already. How about that? And you know what? You need to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control if your lawn is not looking awesome at this time of year. Because if it's not, you need their help, just like we did a year ago. Everybody needs help with their lawn, right? You can go out there and try to figure out what you're going to do all by yourself, and then you realize it's been 10 years and nothing's changed. And so you call the good folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control because they have college-educated professionals that actually understand what they're doing. They came out and took over our yard, and it has been a masterpiece ever since. We were actually looking at it yesterday, and I said to my wife, I said, can you believe how good this yard looks? And she's like, it's amazing. I go, I know, it's wonderful. There's no weeds, there's no dandelions, there's no dirt spots, there's none of that. It is just lush green grass. And now with the pest control side of things, it is that time of year to get that pest control taken care of. Get that mosquito dome put over your house and allow them to keep the mosquitoes, the fleas, and the ticks, all of that out of your house all summer long and out of your yard as well. So right now, what they're going to give you is a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. Baseball being back, warm weather coming through. That lets me know that there's only one way to celebrate all of this, and that's with Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka or a Surfside Lemonade Vodka. I see them all out in your hands at the K. All the pictures I get, it's smooth, it's refreshing, and made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark and catching the game at home as well. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside, proud partner of the Kansas City Royals. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Spring is here, and if you're still feeling exhausted with no energy and no sex drive, it may be time to head to Low T Center. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone, and at the Low T Center, you can book your free testosterone test to see if you qualify for TRT customized to your body by expert providers. Choose self-pay or insurance. You can even have your treatment shipped to your door. Low T Center has got some of the highest quality testosterone, and the providers tailor it to you so you know it's effective. Put the spring back in your step. Head to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com and book your TRT appointment today.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoff long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. That's FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/local and bet your same-game parlays. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BUILD to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUILD to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BUILD to borrow up to $10,000.
Baseball is back, and BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB Odds Boost tokens and MLB Parlay Boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Promotional offers may vary by market, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
This report is brought to you by Bet365. Winning is everything.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side, inbound I-70, a little heavy at 31st Street over towards Jackson Avenue. Then from there, posted speeds into downtown. Kansas side, 635 northbound, heavy at K5. Stay slow to the bridge with construction down to one lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Wrapping up the 6 o'clock hour. Feels like it's 8 o'clock outside as early as that sun comes up.
It's
baby.
beautiful out there this morning, man. It is just a gorgeous type of day. Gorgeous if you're in St. Louis. Gorgeous.
So Matt talked about the overreaction of the KC Mavericks and the obviously the controversy that's going on from people and the Kansas City Star. A strike from the Professional Hockey Players Association led to the delay of 41 regular season games during the 25-26 season. The strike ended in December after its membership announced that they had ratified a new 5-year collective bargaining agreement with the ECL. A late start to the season also means a late start to the playoffs, which contributed to its scheduling conflicts.
All right, well, there you go then. Yeah.
It makes way more sense.
It does. It makes a lot more sense, but, let's get that out there right away. Let's tell people that was part of the reasoning with all this. But even still, there's got to be a workaround about this to get these guys to play in front of fans. I mean, it's game 6 and 7 of the playoffs, so you can't have these guys playing in an empty arena. It's just that's going to suck, man.
Yeah, hopefully they don't need it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, you do take care of business in 5 games. Go out there and win this thing before you have to worry about a game 6 and 7.
Best record in the league.
And that came from the Kansas City Star and the text line. So it happened, the Mavericks being had it all planned out, scheduled right, but then the league went under a lockout, so that's why.
There you go.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Appreciate
that.
Did,
yeah.
Yeah. So good looks out there, letting us know that, because that is vital information of why that happened.
Yeah.
But obviously, have a plan, right? Like, if this is going to happen and all of a sudden the season starts,
right?
Like, all right, we're 41 days behind. We're going to run into some conflict.
Well, yes, that's the other thing. Like, you should have looked at this months ago.
Yes.
Right.
What happens at this venue 41 days later? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? All right.
Yeah, like plan ahead. Yeah, that's on them for that too. Like, it's a combination of everything.
It'd be kind of funny if every time the Mavericks advance, they just play the graduation song by Vitamin C.
That's great.
So this weekend again was great. You had the Kentucky Derby. You had all these great sports games. I want to say NBA, Kentucky Derby, Royals sweep. LeBron advances at 41.
Yeah.
They had a graphic up. It was like LeBron with the Heat, and then it had LeBron this weekend, or this series. And his numbers were better at 41 than they were at 27, 28. It's like the ageless wonder. Now, again, they played the Rockets, no Kevin Durant, so we can go into that. But I think the biggest losers this weekend was Boston. They had a 3-1 lead. and then Joel Embiid happened. I don't know where you put blame on this, whether you do it on one of your superstars when it comes to Jaylen Brown, who had a rough, tough Game 6 and Game 7. And then Tatum, obviously, the injury kind of came back. We were kind of happy to see him kind of come back quicker. And then, obviously, the other leg, because it's getting favored, it's out. So that was tough to watch. The toughest thing to watch might have been the Orlando Magic on Friday night. That was insane.
So 24 straight missed shots. They went like 14 minutes or something without scoring.
Worst performance in the century of the NBA. That's 100 years.
Well, no. They said this century. It's only 26
years.
Is that
what it was?
Yes.
I mean,
come
76 years in the NBA. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, that was that. They said this century.
I thought that, though, too, Dusty, because it is that crazy.
But that's a scam. That's how it gets you. Oh, my God, this century. You think it's been a long time.
No, a scam is their offense.
26.
That's the scam.
26 years.
It's still a horrible, horrible thing that what they did.
Was terrible.
But 3-1 lead. I know Bill Simmons was pretty tough on Joel Mazzulla because he kind of went away from what got him there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Harbaugh effect. Derrick Henry, 1,700 rushing yards, 20 touchdowns, playoffs against the Chiefs. Lamar, throw it 40 times. What? Like, what are we doing here? Like, stick to your bench. That's been your go-to. And then let your stars be stars. Now, again, Jaylen Brown was ass. He wasn't good the last two games. Maybe not the whole series, but there was a lot of attention on him, and then he just went to live feed and said that Joel Embiid's the biggest flopper in the league.
Yeah, he went on streaming after the game, and because he's been streaming this whole season, he said this was the best season of his career. He says this is the most fun season he's had ever in his career. And he said Joel Embiid,
Yeah, because Tatum didn't play.
Yeah, this comes after.
You lost in the first round with a 3-1 lead.
3-1 lead. This is a guy who's won a Finals MVP.
Yeah. Well, all right. So let me just play devil's advocate here a little bit. They accomplished a lot when nobody thought they could. Maybe that's where he was going with that. And he was their number one, and he was a part of it, and they did things that nobody thought they could do this year. Like, maybe that's why he thought he's taking the overall season, but. And again, did they expect to win a playoff series really this year? You know, like, did they expect to even make the playoffs this year? What was the expectation going in for the Boston Celtics this year from Celtics fans? It was kind of take a year off, right? Regroup and see what happens. They sold the team. We talked about it all season long. They started to play good basketball. They continued to play good basketball. I understand that comment, and you know, in itself, I get that. Big picture, I understand that comment as well. But if you're just listening as a fan and that happens the night after or the night of losing a 3-1 series lead and getting bounced into the playoffs, you don't want to hear that as a fan. But I also understand maybe where he's coming from on that because, again, it was a season that the Boston Celtics weren't supposed to do anything, and they kind of did overachieve this year. But you've got to change your expectations as that season goes along.
Exactly. Yeah.
As the season goes along, you need to change your expectations.
And, Max, you're the Celtics fan, so I could say this, and you might not agree, but maybe for Jaylen Brown, maybe wait till Monday. Or wait till Sunday.
Yes, wait.
Don't do it while it's still the open wound, fresh, bleeding, and oozing, and cutting out all the stuff that's bad. And then also maybe be a little bit more self-deprecating. Like, hey, I could have been better. I had a really good time this season. I thought we did really good things without having one of our superstar players. But down the stretch, I just wasn't as good as I should have been. By the way, Joel Embiid sucks. He flops all the time. Okay, that kind of patches up a little bit, especially if you do it like Sunday afternoon, or maybe just don't do it at all.
Or because if you don't do it after the game, you're never going to do it because you're gone to Cancun and wherever.
Was he flopping when he had 35 and 7 the first night he came back?
Stop that.
So
stop that.
You could also say, hey, look, man, we didn't get to where we wanted to go, but coming into the season, we didn't have any expectations. I'm proud of the way our team hung in there, losing our star player. Joe did a great job coaching this team this year. I had an enjoyable season. It did not end the way we wanted it to end, and that really sucks. But overall, we actually had a really good year from what the expectations were. Now, again, as the season moves forward, you adjust those expectations and you say, look, we're playing some really good basketball. If we get, Tatum back, holy cow, look what we could do potentially in the playoffs. They got him back. They didn't do what they obviously wanted to do in the postseason, but I also understand where he's coming from because, again, a long season where nobody gave them a chance. What were they, the 2 seed?
Yeah, 2 seed.
They were the 2. My God, they were the 2 seed without their best player. That's pretty damn remarkable to do something like that. But again, this is why the regular season doesn't matter. You got to do it in 100%. The postseason. But the NBA also has their villain around too. Joel Embiid is a villain, man. He's great to have around for the NBA, and I think this series against the Knicks starting tonight is going to do very well on television.
I think it's going to do awesome. Yeah, and Embiid,
are the Knicks the favorite to win it all? Or is it Oklahoma City outside them? Is it the Knicks?
I would imagine it's them and then the Spurs and then the Knicks.
The Knicks probably.
Yeah, I would imagine those are the top three off the top of my head, but I can look at just.
I mean, this is fun, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's
But I would
great.
love I don't know if you can't get that finals, can you? Spurs versus Philly. Or
Spurs Philly, yep.
Spurs Philly, sure.
Embiid, Wemby.
Embiid, Wemby would be incredible. Embiid last season scored 50 on Wemby.
This has got the pathway, though, for the Knicks to finally get that elusive championship that's been 53 years. I mean, this league is really setting up for them to do some good things. The only people they got to worry about is themselves. Will Karl Anthony Towns show up every week?
I hope.
Every
Him
game.
and Embiid hate each other.
I
It's
know.
a good rivalry.
It's going to be good.
They hate each other.
So,
And,
will he
see.
show up, or will he just, go and do his 3 minutes a game and, decide to sit on the bench and scratch his ass?
Embiid's a man, dude. He is a man's
No doubt.
man. He's going to. I don't know. Cat better be ready, dude. This guy is coming because
gonna be a fun
he
series.
wants that title too. He's never even made a conference finals.
Yeah.
So Embiid's got title on his
Who are
mind
the
as well.
refs be in the pocket of the Knicks, I would imagine, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Mock trade: Celtics send Jaylen Brown and Derek White to the Bucks and receive Giannis.
Yeah, I think I'd consider that. I would hate to break up the Jays, but for Giannis, even though I dislike him as a human, yes, I would do it.
Okay.
Why do you dislike him as a human?
The whole Kalshi stuff, I can't respect him anymore. The way he manipulated people and took advantage of lesser people with lesser money and values.
What did he do with Kalshi?
This is my Richard of the Week. Yeah, remember it was a few weeks ago. $26 million was invested in Kalshi on the fact that he would be
I may
traded.
have been off that day.
No, you weren't.
I don't remember that story at all.
You were flabbergasted when he told you, like, oh, yeah, F that guy.
$26 million or thereabouts was invested in Kalshi based on a future prediction market, based on the prediction that Giannis would be traded. He's palping and going out and saying,
that's right.
Piping all this BS. Yeah, I'm going to trade. I went out requesting
yeah.
a trade. He knows he wasn't going to, and he's way high up endorsed in Kalshi. So can't really
that's why that
respect
Kalshi
guy.
stuff probably needs to be tampered down. I know people are looking at that going like, what exactly
100%.
is this? Yeah, that's true. If you're hyping something up like that.
Yeah, it's tough for me to respect it. But separate the art from the artist.
Somebody said Jaylen Brown is Billy Butler.
Ooh, wow.
I don't really understand that one, but it's
Yeah, I'll
funny.
need more.
Somebody says, I don't follow basketball. Does he flop as bad as Josh Allen? It's up there.
Yeah, Embiid can flop. Embiid could flop for sure. But he was great against us. That's not the reason they won.
Coming up next, Jason Tatum came back early. Patrick Mahomes looks like he's going to be back early. Is there a parallel there? We'll discuss it next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, man, time is running out, and you need to act now. That's right. We've got a couple of weeks left, actually 11 days left to act now on the CertaPro Spring Sales Event because they're going to give you 10% off your home painting project right now through May 15th. So if you've been putting off some of that much-needed painting, don't wait. CertaPro offers a free estimate quickly and at the right price with the reliable communication that you deserve. So you've been looking at your house, you've been looking at the interior, you've been looking at the exterior, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, it's time. We need a new color on these walls. We need to fix this paint that's peeling off the outside of our house. There's so much we need to do, and we're going to call CertaPro because they're going to do it right. And like I said, time is running out to get 10% off your home painting project. You have until May 15th. So whether it's interior or exterior, CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Have you been diagnosed with head or neck cancer? At Kansas City Proton Institute, we're delivering the future of cancer care with state-of-the-art proton therapy right here in KC. Proton therapy means increased precision, reducing side effects like dry mouth, difficulty swallowing, and the loss of taste as compared to conventional radiation. If you've been diagnosed, don't wait. Get your second opinion today and see KC's largest, most experienced proton therapy team. Visit kcpi.com. Kansas City Proton Institute, where you see the best in KC.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Target, finding something for every kind of mom and every side of mom just got easier. Does she love fashion? Take 20% off select women's clothing and accessories and find a dress she'll love to wear. Is she into the outdoors? Freshen up her favorite spot with up to 40% off planters, pillows, and poofs. Or keep it classic, fresh tulips for just $12 and a Dossier fragrance trio for $32. Whatever mom is into, we've got it. Celebrate mom her way, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Almost Andy Reid here. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and Renter Garage Door is giving back. 5% of sales go to Authentic Life Foundation, and you get 5% off your project. Visit renterdoor.com.
RENNER, RENNER.
Royals coverage sponsored by Renter Garage Door. Forward and back, RENNER.
Royals coverage is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City.
Brought to you by Blue KC is the Coaches with Character program. Do you know a rock star high school coach in your district? Nominate them for the Blue KC Coaches with Character program at bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character. Let's make our coaches feel special and make our community a better place to live, work, and play.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
6:35 both directions. Heavy approaching the state line. Northbound gets pretty slow at K5 up to the bridge. Southbound slows around the split with Fairfax Trafficway, and both directions down to one lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey Kansas City, this is Cole Reagans. On your way home from the K, tune into Vern's postgame show right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
You like stat?
Exactly. I mean, Philly, it's just the way it all played out, and that's kind of the way we are. That's why I don't get caught up in this regular season nonsense. It's why I've said for years the regular season for the Chiefs. I mean, when you're a team like the Yankees, you're a team like the Dodgers, your season and did you raise a banner? And Boston.
And one last stat on NBA before we get to some really exciting stuff here in Kansas City with football. 5 of the 8 teams, top 8 teams in the regular season defensive rating have advanced in the playoffs as of yesterday. None of the top 10 teams in regular season three-point attempts have advanced. So we are seeing the tide shift in the NBA just like we've seen.
Basket and just boop, 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 put it in. Tim Duncan, not entertaining at all, but by God, he finished with 20 and 10 every damn night and won a lot of games and won a lot of championships. Wasn't sexy, wasn't pretty, wasn't fun, but
very
winning.
Fundamental.
Yeah, they called him the big fundamental. The R behind the Thunder, 375, and the Knicks plus 950 at number 3. The Thunder are an overwhelming favorite to win the NBA championship, which tells me they won't win.
Should be the Lakers. 2016, 2 teams came back from a 3-1 deficit. LeBron wins the NBA title. 2020, 2 teams come back from a 3-1 deficit. LeBron won the NBA title.
Wow.
2026, 2 teams have came back from a 3-1 deficit. The rest, we'll see. So Andy Reid talking about his quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, saying he's in a good position to be able to do some things. Reid said of Patrick Mahomes, if he can do some things, he'll do it. Phase 2 of the offseason program. Remember, there's no contact, and there's no offense versus defense. It's phase 3. that you get into that, and he's in a position where he can do everything, I think. You said a month ago that 2026/7 could be a rebuild year to get to where you want to be for the next few years.
Take a year back to get to a year ahead.
Because the unknowns of, where Mahomes will be, what the recovered ACL and the LCL will be in his left knee. Mac, if you were the Celtics, you can do it all over again now that you have hindsight. Would you have brought Tatum back? Because you said from the beginning, this is not our year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just kind of coast. They might be a playoff team, maybe be an 8 seed, maybe a play-in game. We'll see what happens. And then Tatum came back. Looked great.
Looked awesome.
For about 3 weeks, and then it gave out. Do you have that fear with Mahomes?
No.
Okay.
I'd be lying. I mean, I would have said no, like Bob, but I guess just because I'm a Celtics fan, I just watched this closely with Tatum. Yeah, it does enter my mind now. Yeah, it's scary.
I think it's completely different. I think you're looking at a basketball team that could potentially function without their guy and did all season long. I don't know how good a football team you can be without your star quarterback. And we saw it. We saw Chris Oladokun play. We've seen Kyler Murray play. We've seen, these guys around the league that aren't very good play football.
Stinky.
I mean, we saw Daniel Jones for most of his career, right? There's a lot of bad quarterbacks out there in the league. I think in the NBA you can get by not having your best player to an extent. I don't think in the NFL you can get by not having Patrick Mahomes.
I guess that really wasn't what I was trying to get at. It's more so like if you know that this season and Mahomes isn't 100%, is there any reason to rush him and go for something? Because then if you do bring him back, and let's say you win, to your point, you win in your first 10 weeks, you go 7-3. And then all of a sudden that leg that you have injured, and it's been not even a full year, you started to favor the other leg, which is what we saw with Joel Embiid. It's what we've seen with Jason Tatum. It's what we've seen with other injuries in sports. Then all of a sudden you go 7-3. Your quarterback is not healthy, has to sit, and then all of a sudden you miss the playoffs and you go 9-8. Now you're picking 18th in the draft.
Yeah.
At what reason was there to maybe rush Mahomes? Or on the latter part, you look at the Joel Embiid situation. They were down 3-1 when he came back.
Yep.
And they were like, now he's good. If we lose, we lose. At least he's back. He came back. They win. They win again. They win again. Now they're on to the next round in the NBA Finals or in the NBA playoffs. So I'm wondering if there is a little bit of caution to think about when it comes to Mahomes. Could you make the situation worse than it already is, or is he just that freak that it's what Veach is telling us, what Andy's telling us, what all these people are telling us, that he's just going to be ready by OTAs, hell, training camp he'll be throwing. I don't want to see this happen. That's why I'm saying, when I see the Tatum thing where it's we're just going to try to be average this year and then we'll build for the future and get young guys and make some moves. Are the Chiefs in fear of doing that? I don't know if you can live in fear, obviously, in the world of sports, because then you'll just find yourself at the bottom of the division every year.
Mm-hmm.
But I do worry about, because this is the first time we've seen this knee injury. Now, I know he's been hurt before and came back and been a freak of that sort of nature, but there is a little concern when I see guys come back maybe sooner, because that's what we talked about with Tatum. We saw this, we had the conversation that, wow, Tatum's back. He ruptured his Achilles, and he came back in 8 months and was putting up 20-12, 30-15, stuff like that. And it's if Mahomes is going to come back, because I wish I could go back in time and talk to Patriots fans in 2009 and be what was your attitude towards Tom Brady coming back? Now, again, blown out ACL in week 1 and then had the whole year.
Right.
Mahomes, I think it was week 4.
We're going to be out basically being an invalid, but I think we've come so far. And then you have to factor in the players from that day, and that's still where we are. He's still on track to do it. I'm excited to see what he's going to do, because I think he's going to have a great season. We've seen people with ACL injury.
But, the draft was literally a week and a day ago. I was telling somebody that the other day, and this is Patrick Mahomes' 10th season. Season number 10.
Wow.
In the league a decade. We'll get more into the Kansas City Chiefs, because Mac has a new favorite player on the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not Patrick Mahomes, not Travis Kelce. It's Richard Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, America.
Woods Peter.
Excited for him.
But we saw something impressive this weekend, and Donnie Ballgame said something impressive as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I was telling these guys earlier today that I am running on fumes. There's so much going on in the month of May, and when you got kids in high school, you got these graduation parties, you're doing year-end activities. It's like, how do I have time to get the Hy-Vee? What am I going to do? It was the other night. It was Saturday. My wife and I sat down and like, all right, let's go through everything we need at Hy-Vee. We got on Hy-Vee.com. We went through everything. We looked at what we needed. We put together a great game plan, got the Hy-Vee first thing in the morning yesterday. Now, we're early birds, and if you're not an early bird and you're just finding a tough time getting to Hy-Vee, then you need to do yourself a favor and let them do the shopping for you, because I know how busy May is, especially if you're a family with kids in school. Here's how you're going to do it. It's so easy. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items. Hy-Vee will do all the shopping. All you have to do is go pick up your order or have it delivered to your home, which is free, by the way, with my Perks Plus membership. So Hy-Vee's doing it all this busy season for everybody. They're taking care of all of the shopping. They're even going to deliver it for you to make life easier, so you can save time and save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
The world is coming to Kansas City. Is your parking lot ready? Over at Gann Asphalt and Concrete, they'll make sure that your parking lot is inviting, safe, and of course, your project being cost-effective. Find them at GannAsphalt.com. One contractor, all things parking lot.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsburg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for Mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsburg.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
DQ presents the $7 meal deal. A delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new Honey Sriracha Dip. The DQ $7 meal deal. A satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound, sluggish from 29 down to 9 highway with construction. 635 southbound, pretty slow at the split with Fairfax Trafficway, heavy down towards the bridge. And then northbound, a little slow coming up on the Kansas side from K5. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
May the 4th be with you. Had to do it. Had to.
Star Wars Day, right?
Big nerd. Big sci-fi nerd over here.
Are you guys huge Star Wars fans? I was as a kid. And
I
then
love
as
it.
I got older, it was like, it went away, right? And then it came back as I was like a young adult.
Yeah.
But
No, I love it. COVID gave me a different appreciation for it because I went back and did the whole order. You can go on like Reddit or you can just go to the internet, obviously, to this day. And it'll tell you every movie that you have to watch. Plus, Disney bought Star Wars.
Yeah,
so a
right,
lot of Star Wars truthers are really upset about that because Disney ruins everything. Except they did bring back my childhood. Doug, the cartoon, is on Disney Plus. I've watched that.
What has Disney really ruined, though, other than charging an arm and a leg for a vacation?
Well, they're ruining the old Disney movies by doing live action ones. That
Oh,
suck.
okay, those things, yeah.
Yeah, and then you go to the park and it's like $900 to go to like
For a day.
Yeah, so it's
for
like,
one person. And that
Yeah.
doesn't even include a Dole Whip.
I do like Dole Whip.
Well, you can get them at Disney. I mean, but it's so expensive, man. And now with Spirit Airlines going down, it's going to be, and I'm not kidding, it's going to be even more. That was like the #1 carrier down there to Orlando. How are families going to afford to go to Disney World? How are families affording anything at $4 a gallon?
Because I want to say that Disney World's overrated, but it's not.
It's not.
It's actually awesome.
It's not.
Really
It's, it's not. And I will say this as a parent, watching Disney through your children,
Oh yeah,
priceless.
it's like watching New York through your.
Yeah, seriously. No, it was. It was priceless. I loved every minute
This
of
is
it.
Times Square. Yeah, it is. This is Cats. Yes. Okay, sorry, I've never been here before. What's that smell? The subway. It comes from underneath the streets. You'll get used to it. Okay. Fair.
Oh, man. Baseball.
We're going to go from floor 0 to 162. You ready? Your ears are going to pop. Oh, my ears pop. Do you listen?
Swallow. Please swallow as you're going up. Please swallow while you're going up. No. My ears hurt. I told you to swallow when you were going up, and you would have been able to pop your ears.
Yeah, somebody says Rogue One and Andor are the only Disney Star Wars that haven't sucked. I like The Mandalorian. I thought that's been great.
And how many have they made? Have they only made 3 or 4? So that's half.
But do those really count as Star Wars movies? I mean, and I'm saying that because I know, yes, they're part of the family and all, but like the Star Wars are episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3, right? Like, and then that was that. Because Steven Spielberg or whoever was in charge of Star Wars, John Williams, the music, are those guys still involved anymore?
I do not believe so. I do not believe so. I thought you were going to say Steven Spector. I'm like, man, Spector would have ruined Star
He would
Wars.
have
Come
ruined
on.
it years ago.
He probably doesn't like Star Wars because it's not real.
It's true.
I bet you he likes Star Wars.
can't-
I can't
yes.
remember if he does or doesn't.
No
He either
chance.
really likes it or really hates it. There's
It's
usually,
one or the other.
That's usually the way it is with him.
That's mostly with everything. Yeah.
The greatest line in Star Wars of all time is before Han is going to get frozen. I love you. I know.
That's good.
And then Peter Griffin does it, but he turns around and farts, and then it's like farts stuck in
But like the most famous line wasn't even said. Luke, I am your father was not even uttered. And for whatever reason, that's all we say. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we all walk around and go, Luke, I am your father, right? And like that was never uttered in Star Wars.
No, I am your father.
Yeah, no, I am. Yeah.
Talking about Michael, the son of anyways.
That was right.
This is wild to me. This stat. Somebody says on the text line from the 913, we're going to Disney World in September without even booking the flights. We're overall at $6,000 right now.
No, that's nothing. I'm surprised. I thought you were going to say 10. Honest to God, I did.
Ooh.
Yeah, honest to God.
How many kids?
And September's the off, probably 2. September's the off season too. Everybody's back at school. You could usually get it for a little bit cheaper or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's so expensive to take your family to Disney World.
Yeah, you got to eat breakfast with Goofy and Donald.
At $50 a head for powdered eggs.
You better believe it. Never had powdered eggs.
But Disney is, I mean, they take care of everything there. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. You don't have to, you stay on property. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. They've got everything taken care of, and you don't even know it's being done for you.
Speaking of staying on property, the Royals come home tonight. They face a right-handed pitcher in Tanner Bybee for the Cleveland Guardians. I believe he is 0-4 with a 5 ERA.
He's not pitching well this year.
Good. Take advantage of it. Will we see? That's been 3 in a row. They had to travel from the West Coast to here.
So did Cleveland.
Will we see the same lineup tonight, in your opinion?
Well, why would you take anything different than what's been going? I mean,
I'm 100% with you.
No, better. I'm like perplexed.
Go, man.
Almost. Like, yeah. Like, I mean, you've won 3 straight games.
Right. Vibes are great.
You're playing good baseball. The vibes are good. You got a righty on the mound tonight with an ERA over 4.
Over 4, that's what it is.
Why wouldn't you leave your lineup intact? The way you're supposed to do things in baseball. You're not supposed to mess with it every single day. There's a phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? 3
is Garcia, Witt, Vinny, Sal, Carter, Kaggs, Collins, Massey, Isbell. Love that lineup. I kind of root for the bottom 3. Right? Like when you watch The Office, you obviously love Dwight, Michael Scott, Jim, the big characters, but you find yourself being like, are we going to see Creed in this episode? Are we going to see Meredith do something wild? And I like seeing what Collins, Massey, and Isbell can do at the bottom because more importantly, they either keep it going or they give you the surprise. Like Collins, man, another guy that had a good weekend. He's on base. That's what you want. And you got to get there still, right? You're still 4 games under 500, but you got to do some climbing to get there. But the team is shifting to your beck and call, I guess you could say. Everyone want to see consistency in the lineup. You want to see Kaggs play every day. You wanted to see Carter get more reps. You wanted to see Sal maybe DH more. They did that, and they won 3 in a row. They've won 7 of their last 10, and now they come home for 4 crucial games against Cleveland, 3 crucial games against the Tigers, and then you get to go see what Murakami's all about in the south side of Chicago. But you're 2.5 games out of your division. There's a lot of shifting and difference that can happen in these next 7 games alone with you versus Cleveland and you versus Detroit, and you're no longer in last place. So you have advantage, right? You're not 7 games under 500. You're 4. Mm-hmm. You won 3 in a row against a damn good team in Seattle. So I don't want to say they don't beat anybody because they just did that. They're doing really well against the AL West at this point in the season. But again, you have to keep that momentum going. And again, you can ask yourself, how big are these 10 games? What's their record going to be after these 10 games? And I would tell you that they need to go at minimum 6-4 because that would be a 2-game swing, right? You'd gain 2 games in your standings. You would have a winning record, but you can sit there and say they need to go 7-3. I wouldn't be mad about that because of the hole that you dug yourself into early on in the season. Now, it's not a massive 10-foot hole. You're not like scraping for air to get out of it. You're in a little bit of a hole and a little bit of a rut, but you've got to have an impressive 10-game series or a great 7-game homestand where on this homestand, you probably want to have some people say you need to go 4-3. And we'll talk to Vernon in less than an hour, and I'll bring that exact same thing up. I'm like, Vernon, 4-3 good enough? And I'm really interested to see if Vernon goes, no, it needs to be 5-2. You're 4 games under 500, and you're playing your division. Go 5-2. I don't know if that's going to be his answer, but 7 big games coming up in a lineup that looks like it's finally stable. Now, I'm interested to see what he'll do with the left-handed pitcher and see where that lineup goes. But if this is what the right-handed lineup is, let it be.
Yeah, but why change against a lefty? You're going to eventually have to face lefties. I mean, you just do it. I mean, the good teams, again, I know I'm blue in the face saying this, but the good teams give a steady lineup every day regardless of who's on the mound. They look at the pitcher and they go, we're better than you. We're going to go out there and beat you. I don't care who you're throwing out there. I believe in our lineup. And that's what the good teams do. And that's where the Royals need to be. They need to be with a steady lineup. It helps everybody when they're doing something on a repetitive basis. Now, if you're failing at something, then that's one thing, and maybe you give a guy a day off or something like that. But as long as this lineup continues to produce runs, I don't care who's on the mound. Tell your guys you believe in them. I don't care who's on the mound. I believe in you. Go out there and get the job done. And they will.
Don Mattingly on his lineups.
Don said, and I think this resonates certainly with the players in the clubhouse, is as a former player, I always appreciated, knowing where I was going to hit. I appreciated a manager asking me where I felt comfortable. So if certain guys on my team, my best hitters, feel more comfortable in certain spots, I would rather have them be totally committed to hitting in that spot rather than me putting them in a spot where it's like, I don't like hitting here. I don't want to do this. I don't feel comfortable. I've hit third my entire life, or whatever the case may be. So
that there, consistency normally shows you the results.
And the Phillies, since Don Mattingly's taken over, I don't think they've lost.
They have not lost?
I don't think they have.
Man.
Yeah. I don't think they've lost a game. Maybe I don't know what happened yesterday, but I know they were like 2-0 in his first 2 games. And he's like, yeah, we just put out the consistent lineup. Players want to know when they wake up in the morning what they're going to do, where they're going to be in the lineup, so they can start getting ready for the day. I've heard that from numerous players over the years. That's what they want. Let players have what they need to be successful.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
It is one word, 7:30 on a Monday, and it's brought to you by the Sand Trap, a great spot, delicious food, cold drinks, TVs galore to watch all your favorite sports teams. It's located at the northeast corner of Blue Ridge and Holmes in South KC. Sand Trap on a Monday gives you $9 cheeseburgers and fries and $1 off craft beers. Royals at $6.40 tonight. Can't think of a better place to go get a nice meal. $10. You got a burger, fries, and a beer at the Sand Trap on a Monday.
Smash.
Brought to you by Sand Trap, one word.
Let's go. We got Cinco de Mayo coming up tomorrow. You can hit up any of those places as well.
Cinco de Mayo's on a Taco Tuesday?
It is. I don't know what they're going to
Tuesday.
do. I was talking to Ryan at a Cactus over the weekend. I go, is this like the worst nightmare for you, Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo? He's like, no, Mother's Day Sunday. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I mean, it is a rush this week, man. Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day.
And that's why you get in the service industry. Whew. Gonna make some good money.
All right, how about this? The Royals were money this weekend, got a sweep. One word on that, plus our boy Lucas Ursek.
Tight ball game against a really good team. Sorry if I'm stuttering. My adrenaline is through the freaking roof right now, and I love this.
Whoops, sorry, pardon me. Sorry
I love
about
that he
guys.
said freaking
and
then FS.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I'm a little flustered here. Bleep, bleep. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. That's exactly what that is. And again, the Royals are streaming games. They're not on real TV. They can say whatever they want.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because you really don't see that. Like an interview right after that high leverage situation, microphone in your face, you get what you get. Wake up, kids. You got the dreamer's disease.
How about this? Just talked about it. Mahomes. He's going to be ready for the first OTAs. One word on Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, of course he's going to be ready for the first OTAs. I would have been shocked if Patrick Mahomes wasn't out there doing something during that first OTA. That's the type of guy he is. Driven, wants to have success, wants to get back out there, wants to get last year out of his mouth. Absolutely. Yes is the one word. I would have been stunned if he wasn't.
Yeah, one word on Mahomes being ready for like the regular season. I mean, cautious would be my one word. I know he's not doing anything right now. He has the perfect time slate to just kind of stand, throw, get comfortable. But I don't know. I'm still just cautious. PTSD, I guess, is what it would be.
Yeah. How about this? The Derby happened this weekend, and it was a good one.
is getting going on the far outside with Commandment. They're both putting in their runs as they arrive into the final furlong. O'Sally is also gaining ground on the far outside as they come to the last 16th of a mile. Denon Bourbon in front. O'Sully, a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo! Golden Tempo and Cherie DeVaux make history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
And you heard that name, Cherie DeVaux, the first female trainer to now win the Kentucky Derby. 23-1 odds was Golden Tempo. So cool. You heard, I can't remember the other horse's name there Golden Tempo was battling with, but that was the jockey for that horse was
Brothers.
Yeah,
they were
both
brothers. Yeah.
One word on the Derby.
Unique. It was a really unique Kentucky Derby. 23-1 favorite wins. First female trainer wins. Two brothers finished 1 and 2 as jockeys. Really a unique type of Kentucky Derby.
And then another jockey got thrown off his horse before it started.
Yeah.
I think it delivered everything the Kentucky Derby delivers. Like, we had a meet up with some friends at 6, and before we went, the Kentucky Derby was getting ready to start. I'm like, we're not leaving yet. And one of my buddies was there, and he's like, well, how long? I'm like, 2 minutes. It'll be over in 2 minutes, and then we'll be there. Boom. It was fun. Now we'll see if they can win the next race.
Well, we don't know.
We'll see if
they may pull a Royals and not, run the guy in the Belmont or the Preakness, whatever one's up next. You did good against the lefty. We're going to sit you, though.
Yeah, you're done now.
You won the Kentucky Derby. She said it after the race. What's next for the Preakness? Well, we have to figure out if we're going to race in the Preakness. I'm like, what?
No, I poo-pooed the Derby a little bit on Friday. Had a really good time watching it over the weekend. It was very, very fun. Very, what do they call it? The most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, how about this? Mike Tirico was a part of it. He's part of the Super Bowl. He's been part of NBA play-by-play, and he's been part of the Winter Olympic Games. One word on Mike Tirico and everything he's commented for in 2026.
Busy. I mean, that's quite a lineup right there. He's becoming America's voice right before our eyes. I don't know that Jim Nance is that guy anymore, if he was, or Bob Costas, whoever that may be. Every big event that we're seeing so far, other than the Masters, has had Mike Tirico on the call.
NBC would be my one word.
And NBC, I believe, gets the playoff games tonight. We'll have Philly and New York begin their series. Game 1, Embiid, Brunson, Philadelphia, New York. One word.
Fun, rivalry, rotten. As good as the Boston-New York one was, this one's going to be just below that. Philly and New York don't like each other. Philly doing the classic, you can't buy tickets unless you have a Philly zip code type stuff, which everybody does. But every time somebody does it, we all react like it's the first time we've ever seen that. So they're trying to keep the New York fans out of Philadelphia. It's going to be fun. It all starts tonight.
I mean, if it's anything like the first round that we got, let's continue. That'd be my one word, is continue. Because now hopefully we get 7 games, and Game 7 happens in the Garden, because there's nothing better than Game 7s.
Yeah.
Like Speck even sent me yesterday. He's like, there's a great hockey game today. That's a Game 7. Tampa Bay versus Montreal, I believe is who it was. I think. I don't really know much about hockey.
I think it was the Lightning versus the Canadiens.
It was definitely Tampa Bay, because it was in Tampa Bay.
Yes.
And
Canadiens won.
Yep.
2-1. Dang, another. Oh, man, the Lightning. Golly, I don't know if they're like maybe they're the Celtics of the NBA. They have won one title, so similar to the Celtics, but always there.
Who did you say, Tampa?
Did they win 2 or
Didn't
just
they
one?
win like 3 in a row or something like that?
They went to 3. I didn't know if they won them all. I know they win 1. I didn't know if they won all 3.
I know the Panthers have won back-to-back.
Yeah, I don't know. The Lightning, I know, had been super successful, like the Celtics, but I didn't know how many titles they had to show for.
They said, I think there was a stat yesterday, they were like 7-3 all
3
time.
championships in their franchise, 04, 20, and 21.
Gotcha, so it was back-to-back. Okay, gotcha.
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, what have you done for me lately, right?
Aaron Rodgers. True. I mean, seriously.
That's the way it works. That's the way it works. Aaron Rodgers spotted in Jets gear this week in Malibu, wearing a Jets sweatshirt. One word on Aaron Rodgers.
Well, troll. But also, too, like, he still hasn't told the Steelers if he's coming back. Reports are he is, because he was, like, giving them information on the draft and what he wanted in the draft, which, by the way, if you're taking draft advice from Aaron Rodgers, why? It's a troll, but also it's one of those things like we'd all love to be in his position where he could just do whatever he wants and knows that his employer needs him more than he needs them. Because it's true. I don't know anybody really else out there the company's always bigger than the employees. You always got that guy. This place wouldn't survive without me. It'll be fine without you. Aaron Rodgers is legitimately can say that, and the Steelers are like, yeah, he's right.
It's like, yeah, we really don't have anything else.
I would love for the Steelers to put a hourglass on their social media, and that sand is Aaron Rodgers' time for a decision. And then somebody, because we saw Micah Parsons stick it to Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stick it to Aaron Rodgers. Be like, yeah, time's up. We moved on. Sorry, dude. We'll be all right without you.
But who are you going to go with? Who are they going to go with? That's the problem. They've done nothing at that position.
And that's fine.
Will Howard, I don't care.
Yeah,
fine.
We have a new coach. We have a new system. We're not expecting anything great this year. Aaron Rodgers, we gave you your time. I'm out. Set the tone as Mike McCarthy.
I love that.
I'm not getting walked over.
Please.
You can get bent.
I'm all
hard. Kiss my ass. Because the more you let these people enable this, the more this attitude and this sort of narrative is going to continue within the sport. And we're seeing Aaron Rodgers do it. We're going to see somebody else do it here.
Who's going to be next?
I don't know.
Next.
Because I didn't see Aaron Rodgers becoming this until like maybe the end of Green Bay.
Yeah, the next like Rodgers guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know if that guy will be around.
You would hope not, but history would tell you that there will be somebody.
I mean, like even Manning and Brady couldn't pull this one off, or didn't try, didn't want to. You know?
No, we had to like make different narratives to create them to heal. Aaron Rodgers like, oh, don't worry, hold my beer. I'm an a-hole.
Yeah, let me wear my Jets gear.
Was he hanging out with his wife?
No, she was not there.
Oh, weird.
She's sick. She's in Canada.
It's like those friends at Diana and Mike's pool party.
That's exactly right. She was one of those friends.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
She doesn't do social media. She's just talking to the president. Coming up next, we're going to do a top 10 class.
Listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. You know me. I love doing golf things. I love talking golf, playing golf, and I love having Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course, and you can do it too this season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So this spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade, and oh yeah, blackberry iced tea and lemonade, because there's no bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairways, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Spring is here, and as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circa Sports. From baseball to basketball to hockey, Circa Sports has it all. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circa Sports has you covered. And don't miss out on the special Royals props for every game. Download Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where fine jewelry is always crafted with care no matter the price. Mother's Day, birthdays and graduations, weddings and anniversaries, the new job you got, and even the one you didn't. Give a birthstone necklace, a heart-shaped locket made in Italy, or high-quality diamond studs you can trade up every year. At Shane Company, we have something for everyone, because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Spring is here, and if you're still feeling exhausted, no energy, no sex drive, it may be time to head to Low T Center. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone, but the Low T Center can help you book a free testosterone test to see if you qualify for their TRT customized treatment. They do that based on your body, expert providers choosing it for you to make sure that it is effective. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic and has helped countless men across the U.S. get their lives back through high-quality testosterone therapy. It sets the standard that other clinics are still trying to measure up to. That's because the Low T Center has been highlighted for having the highest quality testosterone on the entire market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade, never compounded testosterone, so you know what's going in your body. Don't settle for compounded mystery testosterone. And at the Low T Center, they have board-certified experts in their field, making sure that it's perfect just for you. So head over for that free testosterone test, that T-test at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather. new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends, Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall tire dressing. Plus, get 4 times O-Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound, heavy from 29 down to 9 highway. 9 highway northbound, a little slow approaching 10th Avenue with an accident reporting in both directions of 635. Very heavy approaching the state line. Northbound coming up from K5, southbound slow from Fairfax Trafficway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Happy May the 4th, may it be with you. Bob was asking earlier about Star Wars, maybe the most toxic fan base in the world.
Is it really? Wow. More so, what? Wow. Okay.
So, here's your Cliff Clavin stats of the day. You like stats? You know Cliff Clavin, he's in every single Pixar film.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, absolutely. John Ratzenberger. Yeah.
Behold the Underminer. He's not in it until the very end of The Incredibles, right in that scene.
The little known fact there, to steal a Cliff Clavin line, he created that character for himself on Cheers. He tried out for the Norm part and didn't get it, and then he became would you need to know it all at the bar? And I'm like, well, yeah. That guy's at every bar.
Shout out Cliff Clavin. But this is why a lot of people consider Star Wars to be the most toxic fan base. You're familiar with the character Jar Jar Binks, right? Maybe one of the worst characters of Star Wars' existence. Not a fun character, very weird, whatever. Almost committed suicide because of the hate and the fan mail that he would get and the stuff he'd get at Comic-Con.
The actor?
Yeah, the people were like, you should kill yourself because they did not like his role in the movie. So
What?
I'm dead. Look it up.
Oh, my God.
Also, Jake Lloyd. You're familiar with Jake Lloyd?
Yeah, from State Farm. Yeah.
He's the little kid, played Anakin Skywalker in episode 1. By the time he was 12, he retired from acting due to bullying, and he destroyed his Star Wars memorabilia.
Wow.
Years later, Lloyd was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia after leaving college. In 2015, he was involved in a high-speed police chase and was later moved from jail to a psychiatric facility because when he was young, Anakin, their fan base also attacked him, told him he was a terrible actor, all this stuff. Kid's like 9 years old.
People suck.
Star Wars fans are brutal, man.
I mean, what are you doing?
Very brutal. Yeah, the Jar Jar Binks thing, look it up. I forget the guy's name who played him, but he's a Jar Jar Binks.
I hate to be this guy. I really do hate to be this guy. These Star Wars fans got a lot going for them. They're out here doing this to other people. Or is this from your .jpeg mom's basement girlfriend?
No, this is from the text line. 2 different numbers. From the 417, as a massive Star Wars fan, we are incredibly toxic. And from the 573, nobody hates Star Wars more than diehard Star Wars fans.
Wow.
It's crazy, dude. One of my buddies is a huge Star Wars fan. Where's the
So it's like
Millennium Falcon?
Royals fans.
I mean, Chiefs fans? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it may just be a thing, actually. The more I think about it, NBA fans are like this. People, Lord of the Rings fans are like this.
I think what we've gotten, and I'll get on my soapbox here for a minute. We've got social media now, so we actually get to see what people are saying. Where in the past we didn't know. Like if social media didn't exist, how do we know what fan base is truly toxic? Right? Oh, somebody boos you at a game. Okay, it's not that. But when we see this stuff on social media, where you're causing kids to quit their jobs, or you're causing athletes to quit their jobs, or actors quit their life because you're so toxic on there. That's where it comes from. Every fan base is this way. Every fan base has those toxic people in them, and every fan base has the for lack of a better term, the Randy Quaid character from Major League, where he's sitting out in the outfield. This team stinks. They're no good. Like every fan base has got that guy or multiple of those guys in there. They're there. They root for their team, but they want their team to lose for whatever reason because it makes them feel better. I don't think you can consider yourself a fan if you're not rooting for your team to do good.
I think it's
or your movie, like this toxic Star Wars. It's a movie, for God's sakes.
So somebody's Ahmad Best is the name of the guy. Look him up. Find his story. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's very, very brutal. And then someone take the day for this text. The best comp you can give Star Wars fans are Philadelphia sports fans.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what they do, it's never good. They're pissed off. They're mad. They're angry. Like, I never knew that about Star Wars fans. To be that upset over a movie series, though, too. I mean, or sports, for that matter.
Damn,
Both are.
the statue on Ahmad Best is really sad. Yes.
Yeah, man. It's brutal. And he played a character that didn't affect anybody's life. They just didn't like him, so they decided to go after him and send him hate mail, death threats, kill yourself, all that sort of stuff.
I mean, same with Jake Lloyd, too.
Yeah, same thing.
Both of those people are no longer acting anymore because of this.
I don't know about Ahmad Best. I think he still did a few things, but he does, I think, video game voiceovers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's still active doing stuff. He was also 26 years old when this happened. He was a grown man in some of them. This is a 10-year-old kid. I mean, Jake Lloyd, yeah, he's your age, Dusty. And so 28 years ago, this is him just going everything. Yeah, he never did anything after.
Yeah.
Anything.
That's terrible. I mean, like
grown men attacking a 10-year-old kid.
Well, that's the thing. Like, how do you live with yourself? If you're one of these people that goes to the internet and attacks others and you're anonymous about it, even if you aren't anonymous about it, how do you live with yourself attacking people like that? Like,
you go out in the woods and have a lightsaber fight?
I guess. I mean, seriously, like, what are you gaining from doing stuff like that? What are you gaining from being rotten to somebody else on social media? Because if you're doing it because it makes you feel better, you're a loser. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. People who are on there doing that kind of stuff are total losers, man. Like, there should be a spot for them. Western Kansas, go wander.
No, it's called hell.
Yeah.
The Lord is watching you. So I'll ask you this. Who's the Darth Vader of sports? Dominant but feared villain.
Oh, it's good. It's easy. Patrick Mahomes.
Has to be.
Has to be. I can't think of anybody else. Yeah. I can't think of anybody else in that category. I mean, Embiid's the like in the moment one that you would say, and that's an easy one. No,
Yeah, but
it's
he's not
Patrick
like-
Mahomes. It's definitely Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Joel's not done anything.
No,
Yeah.
Patrick is
Yeah.
dominant and feared.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I mean,
It's
if people don't like him, because he is Allen's father.
100%.
We always see that, right? When Mahomes beats Josh Allen, it's like Mahomes holding a baby
Right.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's true every
Awesome.
time. And Joe Burrow and whoever else he beats. Lamar. It happens.
100%.
Every time he beats somebody.
Who's the Luke Skywalker, the young star rising to take over?
Oh, boy.
Bobby Wood Jr.
The young star
like that.
rising to take over.
Yeah, and what?
You can tell the force is with Bobby. I've watched him play shortstop enough. I've watched him get on the base path. There's like a different spirit that gets behind him when he goes from home to third in like 9.8
Is
seconds.
SGA the answer for that one?
SG is a
No.
good one.
He's a villain.
That's true. He's more of a villain.
For what, though?
For what?
What do you mean?
Why is he a villain? Why?
Because he flops.
Because he wins. People think he flops too much.
And he's Canadian.
You're 0 for 3 on that. I mean, I like the flopping thing, maybe. But
No, I'm
like,
telling you exactly
I know.
what people say.
I know,
like-
but I'm saying they're 0 for 3 on that. Like,
Oh,
that's
sure.
no reason to hate somebody. I mean,
Totally.
you're
Agreed.
0 for 3 on that
What
one.
was Harden yesterday? 2 of 7 from the field, but had 10 points because he made 8 free throws. Something like that.
He ended up having like 18 points. Most of his free throws. Yeah, exactly.
Is Drake May maybe the Luke Skywalker?
That's a good one. I was thinking about that.
I mean, we need to see what he does
Caleb
for an
Williams.
encore. Still need to see more what
Yes.
he's done for an encore. But I feel like Drake May fits that category. Like everybody outside of Boston is rooting against him, but everybody inside of Boston is rooting for him and Rossini.
Could the Luke Skywalker be Cooper Flagg?
100%.
American kid drafted first overall for the first time since who knows when.
Yeah,
people love him.
Number 1 overall pick, came in and took over, a place at maybe Andor that got destroyed because of the old pass and the evil empire. And all of a sudden it's like, you're rookie of the year. The promise is here. You're dominant. You scored 50 points as a 19-year-old in the NBA. Some forces there. Maybe his Yoda is Kyrie.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Andy Reid is the Yoda of sports,
Yeah,
right? It has to be. RPOs must not run.
Yeah. RPO, PO. Which franchise is the Empire and which ones are the Rebels?
That's the Yankees versus everybody because they call themselves the Evil Empire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're hotter
That's
than
true.
donut
Yep.
grease at Lamar's at 6 a.m. on a Sunday. Insanely hot right now.
They're insane. Yeah.
I mean, they just...
I was telling Dusty, I was like, the game was 3-3 yesterday. They won 11-4.
Yeah. They're good. Aaron Judge.
But they're the only good team in the American League, really, though. Tampa's playing good baseball, but they'll flame out because they're an analytic-based team. But we'll see. I mean, who else is really good in the American League right now? There isn't anybody.
I mean, the Empire Strikes Back could be the Chiefs this year.
Could be.
Yes.
You know, they were the evil empire.
That, yeah.
They got the. There's a one minor thing that could happen that could just completely destruct this star. It's an ACL and an LCL.
What about the Patriots, though, still being the evil empire? I mean, they've really become the evil empire this offseason. There's no doubt about that, right?
They're more laughable right now because they finally got back to a spot, and then now they're all of a sudden back in another gate.
I love this.
Is this Rossini gate or Vrabel gate?
Adultery gate.
Adultery gate.
Jerry Jones is Palpatine, looks and all.
Yep, 100%. Palpatine. Ugh.
Who's Jabba the Hutt?
I don't know. We got LeBron James as Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that. If there was ever a Darth Vader, it was Ray Lewis or Lawrence Taylor.
I mean, you hear dun 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 whenever Lawrence Taylor's coming around the edge,
and then it'll be really fast. Dun, 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 dun,
you definitely wake up. You definitely get up here in the. Your lack of faith is disturbing, Admiral.
He was in the hospital over the weekend.
James Earl?
No, Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, battling something.
Oh,
snow up the nose.
It wasn't that this time.
This time.
Hope not.
Are the Cowboys still in the evil empire?
No. The Cowboys have become kind of like your annoying nephew. Go away. I don't want to throw the football 20 more times. I'm good. Go away. You're just here. They're not really doing anything. You're just there to annoy everybody.
You know, like like in a kids movie, like in a Disney movie or whatever, like that villain that'll come out, and he'll start doing his evil villain speech, like "You finally come to my lair," and then something hits him in the face or something.
That's the Cowboys. Yeah, like a pie knocks you.
And everyone's
or
like, all right.
Bill Clinton walks in the room and you fall off the podium. That kind of stuff.
Somebody says the Patriots are the evil empire, but only a Palpatine, who was Belichick, went from being the head of the empire to the head of an HOA. He was at the Derby this weekend.
Oh, boy, was he
and
ever?
all the horses were older than his girlfriend. Coming up next, college football money and Emmett Johnson love from Andy here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, time is running out, guys. That's exactly right. The time is running out to get 10% off your home painting project. And you need to take advantage of CertaPro's spring sales event before May 15th. We're talking 11 days. That's all you got is 11 days to save money and get the best paint job that you can have for your house, whether it's inside or outside. The folks at CertaPro want to give you the best rate out there. So if you've been putting off some much-needed painting, don't wait any longer. because CertaPro painters will provide you that free estimate and at the right price, and they'll give you reliable communication that you deserve. Whether it's the interior or the exterior, they know how important your home is to you. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So it is time to act now. You have until May 15th to save that 10% off of your home painting project, whether it's inside or out. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated, so schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Hey, it's Cody and Gold, and if you've been thinking about a career in IT, I want you to meet Lacey, a career services advisor over at Centric.
Hi, I'm Lacey. At Centric, we know that networking is essential. That's why we host career fairs and networking events that set our students apart from the rest. Our vast network of Kansas City employers are eager to connect with IT professionals who are ready to start their career journey.
If you're serious about making a career move, then learn more at Centric.com.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072.
Same price for 5 years. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Staples presents Celebrations Made Easy.
I was throwing a party for the twins and had custom invites and a banner printed at Staples. And that's when I saw Party City is now at Staples.
Party City? No way!
Yep. So now Staples has all your printing needs and everything you need for a party.
Everything times 2.
Yeah, and now at Staples, save 40% on custom cards, photo gifts, wrapping paper, banners, and more.
Big news! Party City is now at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app. In 613, exclusions apply.
This report is brought to you by Bet365. Winning is everything.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Missouri.
Royals coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. Forward and back, RENNER.
Almost Andy Reid here. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and Renner Garage Door is giving back. 5% of sales go to Authentic Life Foundation, and you get 5% off your project. Visit RennerDoor.com.
RENNER, RENNER.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound, very heavy through the 29 interchange and stays that way down past Briarcliff. Accident reporting past 29, adding to construction delays. 29 southbound off again on again heavy from Parvin into the downtown loop. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Range Bait with Dusty Likens is now up on The Fan's YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter channels. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Somebody on the text line, since it is May the 4th, my buddy Derek sent me a text that said that Barry Bonds is Darth Vader. That's fair. He'd need that voiceover, though. I don't know if you could fear Barry Bonds if it was his voice underneath that helmet. Does anybody know who played Darth Vader? Because it wasn't James Earl
No,
Jones.
it wasn't James Earl Jones. You're going to say it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember that, but I can't remember off the top of my head now.
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Oh.
Why do we all think it was James Earl Jones?
Because he was the voice.
He's just the voice of
Oh,
Darth
I just
Vader.
assumed, assumed that he played him as well.
There's a funny Family Guy cutaway where it's like, it's like when James Earl Jones was just the voice of Darth Vader instead of the actual actor. They tried that, and it shows James Earl Jones and all his like fast, just like squished out of the suit. If you ever want to watch a funny parody of the Star Wars movies,
wow, you'll never guess who this guy is.
not a chance. That's why it's like one of those like random, like, do you know who actually played Darth Vader? And if you asked 10 people, I bet 5 of them would be like, James Earl Jones. Like, no, it's actually.
Does the text line know?
No.
David Prose is the guy's name. We lost him in.
They just came up with
They
it.
did? Okay. An English actor, bodybuilder, strongman, and weightlifter. He portrayed Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, he just walked around.
Yeah, dude was huge.
It's why a lot of people were mad at The Mandalorian because Pedro Pascal was getting paid
6'6".
He was getting
Dude's
paid.
yoked.
Yeah, they were saying Pedro Pascal makes all this money and never acts because The Mandalorian is not him. So then they changed it to where he had to take his helmet off, which completely goes away, which is why they say Disney ruins everything. Because now it's like, well, The Mandalorian is known as like a secretive person that you don't know. He's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
You don't know who he is. And then it's like, well, why is he getting paid all this money? It's like, well, it's Pedro Pascal. He's like one of the most sought after actors to be part of anything at that time. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll just have him take his helmet off and change everything. It's like, okay.
What's it to you?
Right, exactly. And then I think the guy that played R2D2, is that the little?
Yeah.
He was like a little guy. He was actually in the
in the
little
suit.
suit. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. There's actually a person
Oh, I
in
did
there.
not know that.
Yeah, they
Oh my gosh.
yeah, dude. Welcome to May the 4th, Mac.
Kenny Baker, a British actor.
Kenny Baker.
dude.
Huh? A lot of British guys were in Star Wars, huh?
Yep. He was a little person.
Who
3
played
foot 8.
Chewbacca?
John Candy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Peter Mayhew, a British American actor.
Another British guy.
And if you really want to piss Star Wars fans off,
Peter,
if you really want to get them pissed off, you tell them that Star Wars stole all their stuff from Dune.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that'll get him going.
Oh, does that get him going?
Well, Dune was written
Dune
first.
was written first, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Star Wars, you're like, wait a minute. Timothée Chalamet, feel a lot of characteristics with Luke Skywalker, using this force, going after an evil empire.
Yep.
Got this Palpatine
When
dude
was
that's
Dune written?
Like 1940.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize
Long
that.
time ago.
And it's massive. It's huge.
Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, 7'3".
Yeah.
7'3".
He could guard Wemby in the playoffs.
Could he play in the NBA?
Yeah.
Which is so funny that all these like mass characters, British, main people, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, you know, Princess Leia, R.I.P. She do it for you, Carrie Fisher? I mean, she's ahead of your time, but I didn't know.
Not really.
Do it for your dad?
I don't think so.
Natalie Portman, though.
Hello.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hello, America.
So, Chiefs roster looks like there's some fun players, right? We talked about Peter Woods being on the defensive line.
I know that I'm hard.
You really like that guy. And the Emmett Johnson love from Andy Reid, it seems like Andy Reid always likes that guy that he can kind of falter with a little bit, where it's like, man,
Brady?
He's got these, skill sets. He's got hands he can catch with. He's very much above average with that. And he says that Emmett Johnson has a little bit of that LaShawn McCoy.
I
in
don't
him.
want to see that comparison, though. I mean, that's much. I mean, come on. Let's slow it down. A little bit for
Okay.
the
I thought you
kid.
just didn't like
Yeah.
LaShawn McCoy.
No, I don't like him either. But I mean, like that's one of your all-time greats, right? Like if he's going to show signs of LaShawn McCoy, holy cow! I mean, they love the way the guy moves from sideline to sideline. The lateral movement. I've heard from so many people about this guy. I don't know what that means, but everybody seemingly is talking about the lateral movement that this guy has. And then you saw him run on the bag drill. Did you see the bag drill over the weekend? Oh my God!
Yes, I loved it.
I got excited.
Yes, very
Not
excited.
gonna lie, I got excited about it. But I mean, Andy's up there. He's like, yeah, the kid can block and the kid can catch out of the backfield. Okay, this is what he said on May 2nd. When we get to September, I want to go back to May 2nd when the kid is playing and go, why isn't he playing? You said in May he could block. You said in May he could catch out of the backfield. And even said in this offense, those are things that you need to be able to do. And he's already showing in the first weekend of rookie minicamp that he's capable of doing that. I think Emmett Johnson may turn out to be one of the best players by the Chiefs taken in this draft, and maybe one of the best players taken over the last couple of years for this organization, if they utilize him properly. I know I'm buying into the hype right now of everything that we've heard about this kid, and he did go in the 5th round, so you kind of wonder a little bit, but he is a running back. A lot of people said maybe the best running back in the draft, top 5 running back in the draft. I know I'm getting excited about him, but Andy's saying things that he doesn't normally say about these guys. And maybe that's Andy also realizing, I'm going to let the young kids play. I'm going to let these young guys go out there and make their mistakes and learn, because we're going to be a better football team at the end of the year if a guy like Emmett Johnson takes his knocks early in September and October. By the end of the year, he's going to be ready to go. Maybe that's Andy Reid saying he's going to let these guys play a little bit more too.
I'd love it more if Andy's like, well, I'll tell you what he's not, Sky Moore. Like, all right, there we go.
Perfect.
Because that's what it sounds like when they drafted Sky Moore.
Yeah, the running back
position,
ability to move. Yeah. But
I know it's a different position. I'm saying the way they described him was he has good hands that he doesn't use as a running back, that he was more shifty, legs like tree trunks, can run, can block,
lateral
can catch.
movement. Yeah, that's.
And then we got to Sky Moore, and it was like, where did all that go?
But he also left and became better. Is he like the Alex Zumwalt philosophy here?
Became a returner. Yeah,
I don't know.
They found a place for him in the
league.
league.
He actually caught the ball. That was nice.
He played pretty good. So you wonder maybe the wide receiver coach, whoever that was, what was his name again? Embry. Maybe he
Connor
wasn't
Embry.
coaching these guys up. Maybe like the Royals weren't. Guys leave here and they do good things in other organizations. Maybe the Chiefs were suffering from the same kind of consequence.
It's a fair point, because the one thing that was frustrating with Sky Moore is that he was never where he needed to be, and everything that Mahomes does is so like to a point, right? Maybe that's just the NFL, but like Sky Moore would run like a 7-yard out and it needed to be an 8, and Mahomes would throw it to the 8, and Sky Moore, couldn't get to it. It's like, well, if you ran the right, place yours, maybe that's coaching.
Yeah, maybe Sky Moore was a victim of Connor Embry here. Maybe Kadarius Toney for the most part was a victim. Now he had his own issues, obviously, but lining up off sides, who's ever seen that before in a football game?
Yeah, that was dumb. That happens all the time, though. That was a stupid call. That was he would made a mistake. I'm not trying to be an idiot, but
no, it's all on him. It's not a stupid call. He didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Maybe
he wasn't
all the time,
taught. But it does? I never saw it until that game.
Because it doesn't get called.
And
receivers
because receivers always go, am I good?
And then we see toes over the line. It happens all the time.
No, Matt's correct, because it happened in that game, and then we saw it happen 5 straight times.
Well, then they started calling it this past year.
Because they were protecting their ass.
Yeah, and because the Chiefs are on a magnifying glass. It's the same thing with Jawan Taylor. We don't see guys get called for that half-second early kick step except for number 77.
Right, maybe we won't see
74.
that happen this year. I mean, but even still, Kadarius Toney was an idiot, but maybe he could have been better if he had better coaching around him, somebody that held him accountable, somebody that forced, hey, you're going to learn the playbook, you're going to learn this, you're going to learn that. I don't know. You start to look back at these wide receivers and you start to wonder how much of it was them versus how much was bad coaching, just like we do at the Royals. Every time a slugger leaves here and they go on to have success, it's an organizational issue. The pitcher goes on to have success, organizational issue.
And those Chad O'Shea videos this weekend were awesome.
They were put out with a purpose.
Awesome. Yes, they were. Hey, this is what's happening here now.
Yeah. They were put out with a purpose. You never saw Connor Embry before.
No.
Sky Moore last year, 17 games. He had 7 targets, 5 catches for 87 yards.
Yeah. He's a return man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, find your niche and keep it and get that, I guess he's past 3 years, so he gets that pinch in the NFL. I believe it's 3 years only you get to make as a qualified starter.
Wow.
Or a player in the league. And then you get that, hey, here you go. Every time the year happens, you get this check. Coming up next, we talk to the guy that I would give all my checks to because I love him that much. It's Josh Vernier, our Royals insider, here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I will tell you, my friends over at Park and Go are just flat out amazing with what they're able to do. I know when you go to the airport, you're probably in a hurry, like we all are. Well, if you want the best process of parking your car and getting to the terminal on time and getting home from the flight on time, then Park and Go is where you need to go. When you make your flight reservation, go immediately to their website at bookparkandgo.com. and reserve your all-covered parking spot for your trip when you're out of town. When you're gone, your car will be protected from all of the elements, and you know you're going to get a great low rate as well, because when you make that reservation, prepay. When you prepay, you get the lowest rate possible at Park and Go. Then you show up on the day of your flight. They direct you to that covered parking spot that they have reserved specifically for you. As soon as you get to that spot, the van meets you, and it's right to the airport terminal. When you're there, you're relaxed and ready to go. When you get back, just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Call us old-fashioned, but rush hour traffic should be annoying, not a public shaming ritual. Don't worry, just take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really worked so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
DQ presents the $7 meal deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 meal deal, a satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsberg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for Mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 169 highway southbound heavy, and the 29 interchange stays that way down to about 9. Highway heading 635 southbound, very slow from the split with Fairfax Trafficway to the state line. And northbound on the Kansas side, things are heavy coming up from K5. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Long-time listener and supporter of you because you tell it like it is.
Here's our Royals insider, Josh Vernier.
Oh, you better believe it. You talk about a person that wanted a win streak of 3 in a row. I mean, the ranks that I would put those in, J.J. Piccolo, Matt Cotrero, and Josh Vernier. How was that weekend, Vern? I know it was the West Coast. I know it was late games Friday and Saturday and a 3 o'clock start on Sunday, but damn, that had to feel good, buddy.
Yeah, you're right, man. And you know, the brand of baseball, not just the fact that they won, because they swept the Angels last weekend, and yet when we talked, we were encouraged, but there was still the, I'd like to see you do it against a team that's has a quality pitching staff, a better bullpen, maybe just a little bit better, a more well-rounded team. And even in that Angels series, you know, the Royals defensively on the base paths and even at times offensively left quite a bit to be desired. And now I'm not saying that the 3-game sweep in Seattle was perfect, but the base running, the Royals were better. Defensively, the Royals were better. Offensively, didn't look as if they were walking up to the dish with one hand wrapped around their throat. They weren't chasing. What they did in Seattle was something they didn't do over the first 3 weeks, and I'm not talking about winning or a winning road trip or sweeping a series away from Kauffman Stadium. What they did was avoid the things that get you beat in the big leagues. What they did was accept the gifts given to them by the Seattle Mariners, from sloppy base running by Randy Arozarena to walks and hit by pitches and free passes from the Seattle pitching staff. And then, of course, again, the defense of Seth Lugo, of Michael Garcia, of Isaac Collins. The Royals just looked, for the first time all season, like a good baseball team. So, yeah, it was a very encouraging weekend, the most encouraging series we've had all year.
And what were you most encouraged about, Vern?
Well, I really think it's that. It's the brand of baseball. Okay. It doesn't matter who's on the other side. You can beat them by doing those things, by doing the little things. Now, of course, you need Carlos Estevez back. You need consistency from Cole Reagans. You need Vinny Pasquantino to be the Pasquatch. There's still plenty of room for improvement, but the brand of baseball was reflective of a team that has postseason aspirations, and to me, it's the first time we've seen it all year.
When you looked at that lineup this weekend, it stayed steady for 3 straight games. Obviously, right-handers all throughout. Tanner Bybee tonight. Do you expect to see that same lineup at the K tonight?
Yeah, it's hard to point in a different direction, especially going up against a righty. And if you were listening to J.J. Piccolo yesterday, he talked about that careful balance that Matt Quatrero's trying to find right now of win tonight, but also Jack Caglione and Carter Jensen are going to be taking huge at-bats in October if you ultimately get there. And JJ and Q both pointing to the fact that, yeah, you're likely going to see these guys in the lineup every single day. And I know people were celebrating that over the weekend, but if you look at the numbers, Carter and Cags were basically everyday players this season. You know, the best way to judge that is qualified hitters in Major League Baseball. Do you have enough at-bats to win the batting title? And there are 6 Royals that are qualified hitters, and it's the 6-pack of sluggers that we expected to lead this offense all season. Mikey, Bobby, Vinny, Salvi, and then the 2 youngsters. And right now the 5 and 6 hitters in Carter and Cag. So, yeah, why not? If it's working, run it out there again, and we're not going to see a lefty until Wednesday and Joey Cantillo as he goes opposite Cole Reagan. So tonight and tomorrow, wouldn't be surprised to see the same 9 out there.
And that's good. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You allow guys to kind of get into a rhythm and see what they can do. I think it's just better for everybody, Vern, to have that steady lineup, especially for those players who were like, we want you guys to take it to that next level. It's hard to do that if you don't get the opportunities.
Well, they're earning it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really what it comes down to. I don't want these guys given something, and quite often, and this isn't a Kansas City thing, this is every team around Major League Baseball in April, while managers figuring out his bullpen, figuring out his bench. You're seeing a lot of different lineups, not just in Kansas City, but in Detroit, in Cleveland, all around Major League Baseball. I mean, they're complaining, they were, just like they're complaining that Cags wasn't in against lefties here. They're saying the same thing in Detroit about Kerry Carpenter, in New York about Ben Rice, in Chicago about Ballesteros. So every team, every fan base has that lefty hitter that they want in there against lefties. But, you start to dive into the numbers, whether it's Kyle Isbell batting .310 this season against righties, but $150 or $167 against lefties. Cags, his splits across the board aren't as eye-popping as they are for Kyle Isbell. But, I think a lot of it just has to do with the run of righties that they're facing, and, Cags has earned it. Carter Jensen had it earned at the beginning of the season. He's in there against Chris Sale. Isaac Collins, Michael Massey, Kyle Isbell, I don't know if they've earned every day at bat. So when a lefty coming up on Wednesday, Massey and Izzy will likely be on the bench for a Lane Thomas and a Nick Lofton, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I like the way that you say earned it, because I know the pitching's not as fun to talk about as the hitting, but by God, Daniel Lynch looks like he's earned his spot in that bullpen. He's been electric, Vern, as that left-handed guy coming out of the bullpen. Got a save yesterday. it's kind of like a two-part loaded question. Obviously, the earned status of Daniel Lynch, but obviously without Carlos Estevez, I like this bullpen 7-8-9, Avila, Lynch, and Isig.
What about Matt Strahm?
Yeah, he can get in there.
He's in there too? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to Avila hasn't earned it yet, in my opinion. He is coming off his best performance of the season. It's only like his fourth big league appearance of the season. So, to me, Matt Strahm still is one of those top 3. But the fact that you're that intrigued by Avila, the fact that Lynch has earned exactly what you're talking about, Lucas Erceg looks locked in right now, and the fact that Carlos Estevez is going to begin his rehab assignment tomorrow in Omaha, it's all kind of shaping up right now. So much so that even when Estevez does return, knock on wood, it happens before the end of the month, even when he does return, it's not as if the team's not in the situation it was just 2 weeks ago where it's, big fella, we are desperate for you at the back end of the bullpen. You're the ninth inning guy. Get right back in there, and we need you to be good. There's not that kind of pressure, at least not today. There's not that type of pressure on Carlos Estevez. You can ease him back in a low-leverage situation and make him earn those save opportunities. Now, I think he will climb the ranks pretty quickly in that bullpen because of his salary and his track record, but it's not a desperation right now for the big fella to get back. The fact that you do have 4 relievers right now, and Nick Mears is making a pretty strong case to make it 5. The fact that you have 4 relievers that keep you in front of the radio or keep you in front of the TV, man, that's pretty eye-popping considering where we were just a few days ago with this bullpen. Prior to this road trip, I think there were still plenty of questions of not only is the bullpen the weak link, but is it a fatal flaw of this team? Fast forward 1 week, and it seems like the answer is no.
It's amazing how things just flip-flop in a week in baseball, though, because next week we could be back talking about the same thing again, right? It's matchups, it's all this stuff, right?
Yeah, this whole homestand. I mean, I could be as dejected. You guys could turn the page and be talking, a training camp or whatever's next for the Chiefs. By this time next week, these 7 games, 4 against Cleveland and then 3 against Detroit, I mean, the entire baseball world, the entire American League Central could be flipped on its head. I'm very, very excited for this 7-game homestand. Excited to see, hopefully, that winning brand of baseball. For as much as I want the Royals to win every game, I just want them to look like they deserve to win every single game, even if they don't.
You mentioned Massey at second base and Lofton and that platoon going on there. What is your, I guess, I don't want to say dream, but like what would be your ideal situation involving second base? Is that somebody you still go out and acquire to give you that everyday second baseman, or are you good with a platoon there?
Well, yeah, if you can improve, if you're going for the division title, right? If the Royals can get back to 500 and really start to realign their crosshairs and put them back on that division title, no, you would like an upgrade offensively at second base. Defensively, I have plenty of faith in Michael Massey. I know the ability offensively is there for Michael Massey as well. I would love for him to be the everyday second baseman. That would be ideal. But I don't know if I could count on him health-wise. I just don't know if I can count on his back to be there for the next 5 months. And honestly, I have the same question about Vinny Pasquantino. I mean, if the big fella's already dealing with a low back issue with 5 months to play, if he's not at 100%, 34 games into the season, you're telling me he's going to grind until the All-Star break, and that's the first time he's going to get an extended rest? So I'm worried about Vinny's back, just like I'm worried about Michael Massey's back moving forward. But if there's a way to upgrade second base at the trade deadline, if Michael Massey isn't able to take a stranglehold on that position, I think you would be able to find a second baseman. Just off the top of my head, I look at Baltimore right now. They're without Jackson Holiday, and Jermaine Jackson, Jeremiah Jackson is their fill-in second baseman.
Joe
Jeremiah.
Jackson.
No, I wouldn't want Joe Jackson anywhere near my team.
Not a chance.
No.
But Jeremiah Jackson, I think, could be possibly an upgrade at second base, a right-handed bat. But again, ideal. It's Michael Massey's job, and he finally becomes that player we thought he was going to be at the end of the 24 season.
You start looking around the league at what's going on, and I'm not saying this is the right move, but is it something that you consider maybe with Volpe now out with the Yankees, maybe flipping nothing to the Yankees and getting him to come in and play second base for you?
Yeah, to me, for as much as Royals fans and even some inside the clubhouse dislike Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Volpe's the punk on that team. You go back and watch that whole unless you're a Yankee fan, then I would like that type of player on my team. But, he kind of sunned Maikel Garcia, patting him on the back. Even last year in the regular season, there was shenanigans at second base between a Royals base runner and Anthony Volpe. I don't know if I was going to say I don't know if he fits in the clubhouse, but if the dude produces,
everybody fits, right?
Yeah. These guys are professionals. They'll be able to roll with it. But, first thing that came to my mind was I don't know if I'm interested in bringing that dude into this clubhouse. But I would also venture to guess that Bobby knows him from years previous. I'm sure they came up playing in the all-star games together. So who knows? There are no bad ideas if you're going for a division title and you have a chance to even incrementally improve your roster.
So let's talk about this next 10, Vern, because the Royals just go 7-3 in their last 10. They put up 58 runs for an easy math of 5.8 a game in that. And now you get 4 versus Cleveland at home, 3 versus Detroit at home. Then you go to the South Side and play 3 against the White Sox. You start the series off against Cleveland with Waka, Cameron, Reagans. Obviously, Cameron and Reagans have to be better. They haven't been off to their best starts, but Reagans looks kind of like he's starting to kind of get into that groove. What is the next 10 need, or what does the next 10 need to be for these Royals who sit at 15 and 19?
Yeah, listen, if I'm holding them to the standard that was set at the beginning of the season, that this is a team that should win the division, well, it begins with a winning homestand. So 4-3 at worst at home. And then you're going to take on a White Sox team that, yes, is improved. But if you play the type of baseball that we saw this weekend in Seattle, the expectation should be take 2 of 3 on the South Side. So 6-4. Again, it's just about chipping away. I'm looking at the middle of June after that National Series. That's when I want this team back to 500. It'd be better if they got there sooner than that. But a 6-4 stretch, I'll take it so long as they're playing quality baseball, as long as the defense and the base running, so long as they look like a team that was in the game, that deserved to win, even if they didn't. So I'll say I'll take 6-4 right now.
It's so hard to get back to that 500 mark, man. Just listening to you talk about that, you're saying the National Series by June, and you look at the record, and they're only 4 under 500 right now. But even if they went 5-2 over their next 7, they're still a game under 500.
Right.
That's why that slow start is so magnified, because you spend half the season, Vern, just getting back to even and basically playing where you can't make a mistake going forward.
And if they're able to get back to 500 by the middle of June, that'll get J.J. Piccolo a month and a half before the trade deadline, 1 month before the All-Star break to kind of reassess this team and not only address the bullpen and possibly second base, but we'll also know what's going on with Vinny at first in that lower back. How about Salvi and that hamstring? I mean, there's... Like you mentioned, Bob, things change quickly in this game, and by the middle of June, Royals could be atop the division or back in the basement, and that's why we stay tuned in.
So I was listening earlier when you were talking about how the players look different as, like, you know, the product of the team. What did you see from Cags this weekend? Because obviously my eyes see a big home run and a ball that got to Julio Rodriguez that he's never seen get to him that quick in center field. And Cags showed hustle. I thought yesterday, even though it was boring, I thought a big move for Cags yesterday, Vern. I don't know where you look at this from how you divvy out the game. But him avoiding those double plays and still getting a run in without getting thrown out at first, to me, that was a massive step forward to his ceiling being moved up.
I'm glad you acknowledge the base running, give him credit for the base running, but I'm not one to celebrate hustle. Right. You're in the big leagues, man, you better be hustling, but I'm glad you mentioned it because it does deserve to be mentioned because, sadly, not everybody makes the kind of effort that we saw from Jack Caglione multiple times yesterday on the base pass. My biggest takeaway is something that I heard from Q yesterday in his MLB Network radio interview. Now, it's a very interesting series against Seattle because Cags comes to the plate with Salvi on third as the tying run back on Friday, and he's lifted for Lane Thomas. Thomas comes in, shoots one to center field, ties the game up, or I should say, gives the Royals a lead, and Royals go on to take that opener. Q talked about that move on Friday when he lifts Cags and puts in Lane Thomas, that it was really the first time all year he's seen Cags buy in immediately, where the decision to pinch hit late comes up, Thomas comes off the bench, Cags walks back into the dugout, and before he even gets to the dugout, he's cheering on Lane Thomas. Like, let's go, he's picking up his teammate. You can tell now that those late game pinch hit situations, now that the guys inside the clubhouse are starting to see Q's decision-making work out, he thought that was a big step for Cags to understand that it's not about me. It's about us walking away with the victory. And, man, Cags has been really impressive in his pre- and post-game interviews as well, answering questions of, what stands out about this team, what's been the key to the turnaround. He always points to the clubhouse. So did Daniel Lynch and Matt Strom and so many of these guys pointing to the leaders inside of that clubhouse and getting their strength from the belief that is being shared inside that clubhouse. So, yeah, the maturation of a former top 10 pick in Jack Caglione, it's happening quick here in 2025, and that should be exciting for all Royals fans out there because you have to imagine as he continues to mature and calm and see the bigger picture, dude's about to take off.
All right, Vern, the big passing in baseball over the last couple hours. John Sterling passing away, the legendary voice of the Yankees. I think one of the greatest of all time. Made the games very, very entertaining. What did you take away from John Sterling's call of the game when he was doing that for the Yankees over those years?
Yeah, to me, growing up, he was one of those voices where, to me, it was just a voice. It wasn't a real person. It was. It was New York Yankee baseball, and born in '83, I'm 13 when they win in '96. So I'm right in my prime as Jeter and those boys are running off title after title, and John Sterling was the soundtrack, and it really didn't matter what age you were. He did something that you liked. Joel Sherman, I always thought, put it best when it came to Sterling. He says he's not everybody's cup of tea, but there's never been a cup of tea like him.
Right.
And I think that's the perfect way to put it.
That's really good. No, it's true. You talk to people over the years, and I know some old school baseball people are like, oh, he doesn't need to be doing that. It's not a comedy show and all that.
Right.
But I listen to it and I go, but Yankee fans love it. And he's broadcasting for the Yankee fans. And if your fans love what you're doing, you might as well keep on doing it. Very talented, very creative, very entertaining. I think it's what a baseball broadcast should be.
I agree, and I think this weekend, television-wise, was a nice reminder of everything that Rex Hudler brings to the television broadcast for the Royals. You know, some may say he's not their cup of tea, but, man, it's hard not to smile when you listen to Hud talk about baseball.
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I started the show. I go, it just felt right this weekend. As much as I love Diane and Rennie, Denny and Ryan on the radio.
Diane Rossini?
I didn't realize how much I missed Hud until he was gone, and then he was back. And that first game in Oakland was like a 3:30 or that day game, whatever it was. And I'm like, this is just right. This just feels right to have Rex Hudler back on these broadcasts. And it's amazing the relationship that you form with announcers, Vern. I'm sure most Royals fans have a relationship with you. I'm sure there's some that have relationships with us. But it seems like everybody has that relationship with their baseball announcer. And Hud showed you, I think, over the weekend how strong that relationship is between him and Kansas City.
Yeah, that's well said. It was,
Thank you.
Especially with the way this season started. Right, I needed Hud.
Yeah.
I think all Royals fans needed that. Isn't it great to be at the ballpark? Man,
made
I
me
needed
feel
that
better,
attitude.
Vern. He
Yes.
made me feel better. I'm not going to lie.
No, I'm with you 100%. Great to have him back, and always nice seeing him at the ballpark. Look forward to it.
I thought his best moment was when Naylor struck out and slammed the bat against the ground and lost his helmet, and Ryan's like, man, he's got to watch out, and Hudler just goes, quack.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Yeah. All right, Vern. I'll see you tonight, brother. Enjoy the game tonight.
Nice.
Enjoy the weather. Oh, you know I got to get out there, man. I'm
You gotta
all
get
in.
that Cags bobble, baby.
That's right, man. I can't wait.
right.
Hey, we'll listen to you tonight, and hopefully we keep this winning streak going. And as always, man, we love you here on the station.
All right, thank you very much.
You got this, Josh Ferner, our Royals insider here at 96.5 The Fan. I'm going to bring up something on the other side that Bomani Jones had to say about your guy, SGA. Let's get the feathers ruffled a little bit here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, I was talking to my buddy Ralph's brother yesterday. He goes, man, I used Jay Southland Towing to have our trailer, our camper, taken down to the Lake of the Ozarks this year. And he goes, it was unbelievably easy. It was so easy. They just came pick it up and took it exactly where we wanted it to go, and we didn't have to worry about it. And that's one of the great things that Jay Southland Tow Service is doing for everybody in the Kansas City area. You're getting ready to move down to the lake for the summer? Let Jay Southland Tow Service deliver your camper. Or maybe it's your boat that you need moved down to the lake. Either way, Jay Southland Tow Service is just an easy phone call away, and they take care of all of that stuff. Take care of all that stress. Remove it from your body. Let Jay Southland Tow Service get that camper and boat down to where it needs to be. And they're also going to be there when you need them the most, when you get into a car accident. The problem is you just don't know when you're going to have car trouble, whether it's the car not starting, an accident, maybe you break down. You got to have their number in your phone, 816-779-4TOW. That's 816-779-4TOW or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, and Tammy from the Weston, it's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
Spring is here, and as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circa Sports. From baseball to basketball to hockey, Circa Sports has it all. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circa Sports has you covered. And don't miss out on the special Royals props for every game. Download Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what, performance does matter, especially in those intimate moments. You don't want to let ED get in the way. The truth is, most men don't have to live with it anymore, and you may be surprised by how the right treatment can improve your love life. Heartland Men's Health delivers advanced medical science and proven therapies to treat erectile dysfunction. Heartland Men's Health uses advanced science to empower male performance with therapies that go far beyond the pills, and they have treatments with success success rates well over 90%. Some treatments could even have you last an hour or more. So call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99. That includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TNPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? You need Jay's Southland Tow Service. They have 20 years of experience and service the KC metro area. They specialize in light, medium, and heavy duty, also in commercial transport and construction equipment. Keep this number handy, 816-779-4TOW, or go to southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
Hello, this is Jason Gooden's Award 23 times. This is the top honor that they give their Ford dealers for customer satisfaction in sales and in service. So if you're in the market for a new Ford, come see us at Lewisburg Ford. You can reach us at 816-444-2300 or on the web at lewisburgford.com.
This Mother's Day, treat all of the moms in your life like a queen. No, wait, an empress. With a little help from Ivy. Surprise her with a stunning floral arrangement, or choose from dozens of gift cards for some retail therapy. Then bring the whole family to brunch at the Hy-Vee Market Grill. Just $19.99 for adults, $6.99 for children 6 to 12, and kids 5 and under eat free. Just one stop for endless options to crown her queen for the day. Only at Hy-Vee.
Moms are the most important people in our life, and she deserves to be honored on Mother's Day. This year, treat your mom to an amazing brunch at Hy-Vee with fresh eggs, crispy bacon and sausage, biscuits and gravy, fresh fruit, sweet treats, and so much more. You can bring the whole family for just $19.99 for adults, $6.99 for kids 6 to 12, and kids 5 and under eat free. It's Mother's Day brunch at Hy-Vee. They have everything to honor Mom. So make this Mother's Day.
Multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game. Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug! Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down. Hey! Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty for 75 years. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Northland, 169 Highway southbound, heavy around Briar Cliff, past 9 Highway, looks good into downtown. 635 southbound, very heavy at the split with Fairfax Trafficway. Stays slow to the bridge. Construction has you down to 1 lane. Replacing your HVAC doesn't have to be an emergency. Plan now, pay less later. When you plan ahead, you get more options, better scheduling, and less stress. Schedule today at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Diving right into it. Someone on the text line, do you guys know what time they open the gates tonight for Diamond Club? I think it's the same, isn't it? I don't know that answer. Emily? So I was talking earlier about, we were talking about Hudler with Vern, which I thought was a good conversation. If you missed any of our conversations with Vern, you can always go back on the podcast, check it out. Mac has them cut individually there. It says Vern, today's show. We were talking about announcers and how they can kind of set the tone for like your fan base, right? Like I'll never like anyone other than Denny. Sorry, I've known one Royals play-by-play, and I mean I like Ryan, but I'm saying like I will always consider Mitch Holtis, the voice of the Chiefs, and Denny Matthews, the voice of the Royals. That's just because 38 years of my life, that's the people that
It's hard not to with Denny.
And I know, yeah.
He's called every game.
I know that Harlan was there, but Mitch has been there since like 94 or something like that. It's been a ton. Been like 22 years. And so
and Mitch is calling all these games in the championship era. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's Mitch who gets the opportunity to truly be that voice of the Chiefs.
And I don't know how video games go, but as a kid I played King Griffey Jr. video games on Nintendo 64. And the voice of the announcer on the game was the Seattle Mariners announcer that does the, oh, my.
Oh, yeah, Rick Riz. Yeah, he's retiring this year,
and
too.
He's got the famous quote as saying, get out the right bread and mustard, Grandma. It's grand salami time. And they were talking about how HUD and Ryan were talking about how Cags hasn't hit that home run yet.
Right.
Where we're like, oh, my. Now, you hit one last year of the center field batter's eye that you were like, holy smokes. But they mean like the one that's like the gigantic 500-foot shot where you go, wow.
Yeah.
And Lefevre goes back to when McGuire and Johnson faced off in the Kingdome. And there's video of this. And McGuire hits a shot that's like 550 feet all the way up and up. I mean, just completely. Oh, which I thought was cool. He came to the Royals dugout and talked to Bobby and Sal and these guys. And didn't have to do that, but he did. But they were talking about how the announcer during that game was like, we've always wondered what a Mark McGuire bat versus a Randy Johnson fastball would look like. We wonder no more.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And Ryan, we're going back to that and like, we wonder what's going to happen when we see that first home run from Cags, where it's like, all right, now we've seen it. Where it's like, all right, now we've seen it. Now I've got it. Because we've seen all these baseball writers say when he was coming to the minors, like, this kid's going to make the league, and he's going to hit a home run that's going to put you in the back of your seat, and you're going to go, holy cow. But I thought it was interesting to see, those guys talk about those announcers, and obviously John Sterling, the Yankees win, that kind of thing. So,
I don't know that we're getting more iconic announcers. I guess to be iconic, obviously you have to be old, but it feels like there were more back in the day than there are now. I mean, you could go down and know like these legendary announcers
for the Jayhawks.
No doubt, yeah. I was just thinking about Bob the other day, and it's so weird. I think about Bob Davis every time I'm using the bathroom because for years, him and Max Falcon, they used to drive all over the place together, and they would always pull into bathrooms all over the Big Eight. And they'd go, well, if we got it, if we're here, we might as well use it, right? If it's here, we might as well use it. And Kling and I, for years, would just kind of joke about that. Then we became them, right? And it's like, well, the bathroom's here, we might as well just use it. Eventually, Mac, you'll be there, where you say, yeah, probably like when I leave here at 10 o'clock, and I go, yeah, I should probably go before I go. I don't really have to, but it's here. I might as well use it while I can. You will get to that level. And that was like one of the Bob Davis lines over the years was just him and Max and talking about when you don't really have to go. But his soundtrack for years since we lost Bob, too.
Orlando finishes after 5 seasons, including 3 consecutive playoff runs from 23 to 26. Orlando had a first-round elimination for the 3rd straight time. Sunday, they blew a 3-1 lead against the Detroit Pistons and had one of the worst performances and a half in NBA's history, in my opinion, on Friday night. They were up by 26, and they lost.
It's unbelievable.
And they didn't make a shot for like 14 real-time minutes.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That got your coach fired.
It for sure did. That was the straw that broke the camel's back because it was like, man, we lost another playoff series. We should not have lost that series, yet we did. Plus, their team is really talented with young stars.
What were they? The 8th seed, though, right? And played the 1 seed Pistons. And so, how many games did that go?
Went 7.
Okay. It went 7. You had a bad performance at the end. Did that deserve to be fired? I don't know the answer to that
question. It's his 5th year on the Magic in this iteration. I was really hot on them 5 years ago.
5 years is a long time in the NBA.
Long time. I was really hot on that team 4 years ago with this young iteration of those stars, as Franz Wagner and Paolo. They didn't play a lot together this year.
Didn't he write a symphony back in the day?
Yeah, sure. They didn't play a lot together this year. They were hurt. They were injured. But, yeah, no, the locker room has had bad vibes the last 2 seasons. He has not taken care of that. And, they've got to be able to win. They spent 4 first-round picks to go get Desmond Bane. It didn't account to anything. You could blame the GM on that. But, yeah, this is a good firing.
You just spoke Spanish to me. I have no idea what you're talking about. But if it makes sense to you and it makes sense in your world, that's great. That's the in-depth Orlando Magic talk right there. I don't know that there's a bigger Magic fan out there, Mac, than you right now.
I mean, locker room problems, superstars not getting potential where they should be, and 3 straight first-round exits. Makes sense why they would fire him.
Talk to you later.
why can't we do other big events at that time?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you say about the Kentucky Derby.
Because nobody has any time for those big events. I didn't watch the Kentucky Derby. I'm not going to lie. I saw it yesterday on Sunday morning when I was done doing what I had to do for the day. We were at graduation parties. Those places were packed. Nobody's watching this stuff on Saturday. Everybody wants the Super Bowl move to Saturday. I just think no, people. And I just think after seeing that and hearing all that and kind of going through it in my head, the Super Bowl just works perfect on a Sunday. It really does. You are a captive audience and Derby and stuff like that. I just think the Sunday event like the Super Bowl allows you to kind of do it in that standalone time where people are captive.
That everybody watches globally. So I think it would just be one of those and I think you get a lot of feedback of people saying, oh, all right, it's Sunday. I don't have to work tomorrow, or I don't have to go in to do my normal thing on a Sunday because now I have the day off. But I don't think it would drop huge. Something that's going to drop huge is when Mahomes takes the league by storm and doesn't miss any time. We'll get into that. Plus, Max guy on defense that could look different this year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed. Well, that dog.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I will tell you something, man. Window World is the official windows of the Fescoe family, and they're also the official windows of the Make for Your Home. And what I'm talking about are double house, and I love everything about the Window World windows. Number one is that in 20 years in business, they've improved the look and thermal efficiency of over 80,000 folks right here in the area. And with their lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor, you never have to worry about something going wrong and not being able to get it fixed. A rock from the lawnmower, the dog runs through the screen door. It happens to everybody, and Window World will be out there to fix those right away. And these windows are so durable, I promise you. Just say, hey, stand on that window. They'll stand on that window to show you how strong they are. So now it's time to get that free in-home estimate. It's very simple. Just call 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS, or visit them at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
DQ presents the $7 Meal Deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 Meal Deal, a satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
Spring is here, and if you're still feeling exhausted with no energy and no sex drive, it may be time to head to Low T Center. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone, and at the Low T Center, you can book your free testosterone test to see if you qualify for TRT customized to your body by expert providers. Choose self-pay or insurance. You can even have your treatment shipped to your door. Low T Center has got some of the highest quality testosterone, and the providers tailor it to you so you know it's effective. Put the spring back in your step. Head to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com and book your TRT appointment today.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
If you're looking for a new job and to work for a great local company, Gann Asphalt and Concrete is hiring. Top pay in the industry, health, vision, dental insurance, paid time off, and advancement opportunities. Check them out at GannAsphalt.com. One contractor, all things parking lot.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
You've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. This report is brought to you by Bet365. Winning is everything.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call
The Fan.
Missouri side 70 westbound past 40 highway with an accident keeping you heavy. Not quite back to 5 The Fan. Traffic.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Somebody says, fun fact, Rex Hutler used to announce MLB The Show video game.
Yes, he did.
I actually knew that because that's where when I first found out that he was the voice is when he took over as the Royals broadcaster and he said the Linda Ronstadt line.
Yes.
The Blue Bayou. I'm like, that's where I know that voice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Nobody
That's
recognizes that one today, though, anymore. That is such a
Blue
great.
Bayou.
Yeah. It's a Linda Ronstadt pitch. It just blew by you.
Yeah, I was like, man, how do I know? That's how I figured out Matt Vasgersian, too, because he was doing voiceovers.
I knew him from
on
video
that.
games before I knew him from the real
Yeah,
world.
and then I heard his voice like one night on a game. I'm like, where is that voice? Oh, yeah, MLB The Show or MLB whatever it was. 05, The Show. Don't play him anymore. Mac's still grinding on his.
Locked in.
Right.
I'll let you know when we win the World Series.
May the 4th, it's the big Star Wars day. Royals back in action tonight, but let's shift gears to the Kansas City Chiefs as they had their rookie mini camp this weekend. Big day. I know that I'm hard
Juice all over the place.
Peter Woods.
Peter Woods, man, I don't know. Did you guys see those videos at all of him?
Well, it's hard to judge videos, I think, for defensive linemen when they're not in pads. So tell me what you saw and tell me why you're excited about this.
I saw a big man moving real fast, moving big old bags
I'm
with
in.
one paw.
Done.
And I saw, goosh, goosh. This guy got good bend for a 300-pound guy. I just look at this guy as an athlete. I'm like, damn, dude.
Isn't
I'm
it fun when you
I'm
just
in.
watch like a quick highlight that and you get excited? Because that was not Elliot Johnson, but what's his name? Emmett Johnson. That was it for me. Like I watched him on the bag drill and went, oh God, bless, like holy,
I know that I'm hard.
Wow, yeah, like it was.
That's an announcer that's good today. The Holy Sheets guy.
The Holy Sheets guy.
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego's announcer.
That's a great call.
Yeah, those guys are really good.
Not to sidebar it, but yes,
no,
back
but you're
to
right.
your,
No, but they are fantastic. I don't understand how Boston got rid of that guy. Like the Red Sox got
Mookie Betts or
him too. Yeah, Don Orsilio and is it Mark Corhan out there in San Diego? Phenomenal broadcast.
Gotcha.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Different one.
You're talking about when you see the
when you see that video,
and you're
yeah.
like, okay, this puts me in a okay 3rd and 4.
Yeah, right. But you always have that cautious optimism. It is rookie mini camp. It is day one. But it's good to get excited about that kind of stuff because I did for Emmett Johnson. I got really excited. So that's why I was like, what did you see out of a defensive lineman that has you excited? Because he wasn't ripping Trey Smith's face mask off and
not yet.
throwing him to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't see anything like that. But if a defensive lineman can move, we need that. We need speed. We need quickness. We need agility. We just need athletes on that defensive line. And we didn't have any the last couple of years. Speaking of that, have you guys seen and been following this story? Who was the guy that I always liked that they kept bringing back all the time on the defensive line?
Derek Nottie?
No,
Mike Dana.
No.
Defensive line.
No, the guy whose neighbor texted us that oh God. He wore 60 Pinnell.
Mike Pinnell.
Mike Pinnell. Have you seen this
I haven't
story?
seen this.
Where he's being linked to this murder on this land in the Dominican, and he's been called a person of interest in this thing. Obviously, he's denying everything, and I don't even know that he was around at the time. But some land that he owns in the Dominican, they found a dead body, and and they've been calling him a person of interest in this thing. I'm laughing because it's so bizarre.
Yeah. Yep, he told ESPN in a text, this is not a story. I'm not legally involved. This is fake news being reported. I'd advise you to speak with my agent or lawyer. Also, this AOL article has him as a former Jets defensive lineman.
Well, he was. Yeah.
Yes, factually, that is true.
Longtime chief, Mike Pinnell.
Well, 3-time chief at least, right?
Exactly.
I mean, so
Seriously.
I mean,
he was chiefing at least 3 times.
Oh yeah, at least. That was. I mean, ask his neighbor. Ask that.
Good morning, Mike. I'm not even outside. I know.
Yeah, well, it's not that good. Is that a dead skunk? I mean, God. Yeah, so anyway, that might
Somebody in the text line says they found a dead body literally buried underneath the house.
Jeez.
I have not seen this story. I will be checking that out after this.
For sure.
Just to get more of a grasp on it. Mike Pennell, geez, of all people.
Yeah, that's sketchy. That's scary.
So what are you more excited to see, Emmett on 3rd and short or Peter Woods on 3rd and short?
No, I went 3rd and long for Peter Woods. I went and blitzing the quarterback and running like unscathed and taking, Justin Herbert and throwing him over the railing or something.
Yeah, I just think Peter Woods could be. I think Emmett Johnson, like individually, was going to be more exciting, maybe. But Peter Woods, that defensive lineman, the ripple effect that he's going to have for this whole defense, I feel like could be massive in year one. What he could do, as we talked about for Furious George, bring him back to life. Chris Jones kind of rejuvenate him, turn pressures into sacks. And then those corners, we know how young those corners are out there. They're going to be great. They're talented. They're fast. But they're going to need help from that defensive line, too. And I think Peter Woods, I believe he's going to be the guy from this rookie class this season that we're like, damn, Veach nailed it. And it'll be 2 picks in a row in the first round with Simmons and Peter Woods, where you're getting that guy who once was the top, and whether it was an injury or whether it was a season that maybe didn't go his way, dropped down in the draft, and the Chiefs went and took him. If that's going to be their strategy, if it works 2 times in a row, man, I'm down with it.
So I'm excited about Arcal Trueluck, on the other side of Furious George, okay? You got 2 top 40 picks. You got a Hall of Famer. I'll say it for him as I said it for the Royals. It's time to take the diapers off. And it is time for George Karlaftis now. You're going to be getting a lot of one-on-one. Like the excuses of I'm the only guy other than this aging senior citizen that's sleeping during the Jacksonville game because it's too late at night and his stories are over. I'm the only guy out here. You've got guys now on your defensive line. I think there's more pressure on George Karlaftis than anybody else on the defensive line because now they've got him reinforcements. They've got him help. No longer can we say he doesn't have anybody else to worry about on the defensive line. It's George Karlaftis and nobody else. They spent 2 top 40 picks on defensive linemen that are going to play, and you have a Hall of Famer on that line now, too. It's time for George Karlaftis to go out there and eat, as the kids like to say, right? Am I looking at this wrong?
How much does he help Bolton and the linebackers with that defensive line?
They're going to be able to run around a lot. The defensive line for linebackers is like the offensive line for running backs. If they do their job and they block, your skill players can make plays. And you look at your linebackers like you do your running back, your quarterback. If your defensive line is doing what they're supposed to do, those linebackers should be able to go out there and make a ton of plays.
Help Nick Bolton and help Jeffrey Bassa, a rookie last year that they drafted who barely played, and he will be thrown in the fire. It'll be him and trying to think of the other. It's not Chenal anymore. It'll be Drew Tranquil, and it'll be the 3 linebackers. Tranquil, Bolton, and then Bassa will be playing a lot of snaps. He'll need the help from that D-line.
Seems kind of thin at that position.
It is.
You think they can make a trade?
I'm sure there's a guy on the roster that's going to get snaps that we don't know about.
Get bent.
Let you guys have your moment there.
I'm like, damn it.
Somebody from the text line, day 4 of my vacation to Italy. If the Royals keep winning, I may just stay here. Royal Trucker.
You should stay anyway.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Dude. Where are you? What are you doing? I need more information. DM me on Twitter. We can have a long conversation, man. I'm envious.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, go enjoy that, man. Oh, God. So cool.
I would say the Chiefs got an A+ in their draft according to the Fescoe algorithm. You said you wanted more athleticism and speed.
Yeah, we got it, right?
I mean, they got 2 corners and they got 2 defensive linemen, one being an edge rusher from Oklahoma, the other kid, the Peter Woods from Clemson, both showing that they could probably be more athletic and more, I guess athletic would just be the word, speed and agility, which is going to help everything out in this. Because I am worried still about tight ends against the Chiefs.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, that's that slot corner position. And linebackers, we've seen Nick Bolton struggle mightily with that. I think that'll still be a weakness.
Describes offense is how everything is so quick pass. I mean, tight ends are getting quicker. You've got a couple in your division that are pretty good. And then, obviously, I don't think linebackers are a position where you go, man, we're going to struggle this year. Our linebackers,
It feels like Mission Hill's problems, right? doesn't it? Like if you're, oh man, our middle linebacker's a little slow. Like that feels like Mission Hill's problem is there. But if your defensive line is playing better, everybody does get better on the field. Everything gets better. 3rd and 14s don't happen if your defensive line is finding a way to put pressure on the quarterback. 3rd and 12 completions don't happen if you have a defensive line. Again, last year we didn't have a defensive line, and it made everything else look terrible. It really did. I mean, and last year we didn't have the ability to run the football or the ability to want to run the football. What did that do for the offense? It made everything terrible. It made everything awful. So you took the two positions that made your entire team awful last year and improved them tenfold, right? So we should get a lot of improvement based on that. The two biggest problem areas were running back and defensive line. At least I feel that way. And they solved them in a big way.
Is that Cochran guy still a linebacker on this team?
Yes.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Didn't he commit like 17 penalties in one game?
Every kickoff ever.
Every kickoff. That's what it was. Well, he didn't score a lot last year, so it didn't happen much. But
No, that's true.
Do you think the Chiefs can be more effective at getting to the quarterback this year?
Yes, they can.
100%. We'll get back into the Royals as they start a big 4-game series against a division rival this week here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it is that time of year where you want your grass looking awesome and you want your lawn to look as good as ours. You need to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control because they know what they're doing. They get the job done right the first time. And if they can get the job done right at our house and turn our yard into something spectacular, they can do amazing things for you as well. They're college-educated professionals who know everything there is to know about growing the proper grass right here in Kansas City. From studying the climate to the soil to the proper seeds, they know everything about doing it right. And man, after they finished our yard, it looks absolutely wonderful. I've got everybody on the block looking at it going, man, your lawn is amazing. And they also do that pest control that we love. They put that mosquito dome over our house so we could sit outside all summer and spring long without mosquitoes, without fleas, without ticks, without those just awful vermin that make the outside terrible during the spring and summer. Aspen eliminates it all, and it's perfect for pets as well. So right now, if you mention this ad, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. You know me. I love doing golf things. I love talking golf, playing golf, and I love having Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course, and you can do it too this season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right. No carbonation. So this spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade. And oh yeah, blackberry iced tea and lemonade because there's no bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairways and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Mia from the Winnings Desk. Every Missouri lottery ticket helps support Missouri public education. Over $8 billion and counting. I was going to list every school, but yeah, there's over 2,400 of them. See the full list at molottery.com/education. Play it forward and play responsibly.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's. All summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
What matters to you matters to us. That's why Busey Bank takes the time to understand your goals and build solutions that fit your story. From everyday banking to long-term planning, our team is here to help you navigate every stage with care and expertise. We're more than a bank. We're your neighbor, your advisor, and your advocate. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Call Hamilton today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 5-star reviews are great reasons to trust Hamilton. Visit callhamilton.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions.
Have you ever seen a drive-thru as less of a lunch option and more as a challenge? We can help. Just take it to Telly. Schedule your service at tellytire.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast. Available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
It is out of here.
Man, if your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, or you're taking more breaks to the bathroom than the seventh inning stretch of a televised baseball game,
We'll be back after this.
it's time to get checked. An enlarged prostate or BPH could be the cause, and Kansas City Urology Care is here to help. Fast answers, trusted care. Don't wait. Come see Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
Today, expect a mix of sun and slight showers with a high of 82.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Hey, don't forget this year we have partnered up with KCUC, who is donating $50 to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for every home run the boys in blue hit this season. 1 in 8 men will face prostate cancer. Early detection saves lives at KCUC, Kansas City's largest, most experienced, and most advanced urology team. You see the best in KC. Schedule today at kcuc.com. Happy Nurses Week to all you nurses out there, saving lives and doing the good work.
There we go.
It's
awesome.
This is one of the biggest highlights of the K this year. It's Nurses Night or Week at the K. So I think they're doing some stuff out there for the nurses in this world.
I'll have to see that. I'll have to see if I can get Sonia to a game this week then.
Mhm.
She
Sure.
graduates this weekend.
Thursday's a day game.
Okay. I don't know what her schedule is, but I'll have to see about that. I would love to do that.
Thursday's a good day.
Yahoo Sports are going to unite this Friday, which nobody will be watching. It's a Friday. And then you have the highlights on Monday. And you do it in the middle of the week so we can play the highlights back, right? It's the first time together. This is unbelievable to me. This was the most unbelievable thing. They haven't been together in 10 years. He's been off that show for 10 years.
That is crazy.
Isn't that nuts? I feel like Skip Bayless just left like yesterday at ESPN, but they said they have not appeared together since June of 2016.
Damn.
That's crazy to me. So Skip Bayless isn't getting noticed anymore, and so now he's going to go back on ESPN, I guess. Good for him.
And First Take doesn't have necessarily the juice right now.
No, it really doesn't, right? Like, who's on that show anymore? Who did they get rid of? Because that show right now, I guess it all kind of started to go downhill with the Shannon Sharp stuff, about a year or so ago.
That's
and he was supposed
true.
to be the guy.
He kind of was their next guy. That's fair.
To replace, Skip Bayless. But, I mean, still.
Max Kellerman in the middle
Kellerman
there was okay.
there for a while, but they continued to. But he didn't work.
No,
and it wasn't because of him.
Nope.
Some people are just miscast.
Yep.
I didn't think it was because of him at all on that show. He was a guy that was pretty smart, and he was dealing with a guy that plays solitaire at the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
He was running circles around him, and they didn't want that. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, right? I mean, he was embarrassing Stephen A. Smith on a daily basis for being out of touch and not knowing what was going on, and that's why they moved on from him. So I think it'll be fun. That show has not been what it was since Skip Bayless left, and say what you want about him. Everybody knew what Skip Bayless was talking about. Everybody knew, what he was saying, and it's good for him to go back onto that show, and they had great chemistry together.
We've got a tweet on the Skip and Stephen A. news from our guy Carrington over on the Drive. He's got his take. He says, this is a test to see what the ratings look like with the NBA playoffs, and when it goes well, Skip will be on Fridays during football.
Stop playing,
prediction.
Skip.
Little prediction there from C-Dot.
Why not bring him back full-time, though?
Yeah, I don't know. They've been doing a rotating cast of characters Monday through Thursday. Maybe
Who
they
have
like
they
that.
been rotating in? I'm going to ask you that because I know Mad Dog gets in there on Wednesdays.
Yep.
And that's unbearable. I mean, it really is. I mean, all he does is yell about stuff.
and
I mean, come
both
on.
of them yelling.
That's what sells for them, though.
For them, it does. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, like Mad Dog's complaining about stuff that doesn't need to be complained about all the time. I mean, come on.
He was mad games are faster. You are one of the only. You are one of one in this argument.
He was mad games were faster. I missed that
They're
one.
taking away the beauty of baseball. It's not supposed to be an expedited process. There's strategy.
I've told people, and this is me as the consumer, not as a baseball savant or anything like he may be. I've consumed more baseball with the games being as quick as they are.
Yeah.
Because it leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, I'll go tonight, and if it goes as planned and it's 9 innings, win or lose, the game should be over in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So 6:40, I should get out of there about 9 o'clock.
It's beautiful.
That's perfect.
Like, I don't know who's complaining about baseball games being shorter.
The one.
I mean, they need to shorten football games is what they need to do. Those are way too long.
It is May the 4th, and if you go to our Fan 965 page on Twitter or Instagram, you can see that we have gotten into the theme as Rob and Carrington are there as Jedi Knights. Looks like they are Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn from The Phantom Menace. And the first comment comes from our great listener, Jayhawk for Life. Quote, Luke Skywalker is washed.
Luke Skywalker's washed.
Take the day, Vince.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. Hey, there's a veteran lefty reliever out there. Andrew Chafin opted out of his Reds deal and is a free agent. There you go. If you want a little bit of a free agent.
Is he any good? I don't know much about him.
As long as he's not chafing.
Yeah.
You ever had that happen? Worst feeling in the world.
It's my least favorite thing ever. I'll be walking like a cowboy for weeks.
Cortisone.
Somebody says the Skip and Shannon would be like Bob and Carrington. You guys did that one year, right? Am I wrong about that?
I don't remember that much.
I remember we did we mixed around all the hosts.
I did it with Binkley and Alex.
Is that what it was? Okay.
How was that?
I think that's a fun idea when they mix all the hosts together. Did you get to do, was it 2 to 6? Did you guys do?
Yeah.
That probably was terrible.
That sucked. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was awful.
Man, I'd already be halfway through my evening by now.
Yeah.
We're just now getting into the topic 3.
Yeah, that sucked. That afternoon time was like, ugh. They probably think the same thing about the morning.
I'm sure.
But
oh, yeah. I mean, they can, Carrington could stay out of town until Sunday afternoon, fly home Monday morning.
Shoot, he could fly home today.
Yeah, and then do the show at 2.
Oh, Spirit God. I don't know if anybody's flying, but did you miss your flights over the weekend? Any flights missed?
No flights missed.
No. Didn't fly.
No flights missed. And, late shout out for my bachelor trip from the Miami trip, but I never got to shout out Park and Go.
Oh, they do a great
Incredible
job.
experience.
Yeah, you
it
didn't
is
fly
legitimately
Spirit.
when you hear Bob do his live endorsements. It is noble. It is exactly what it is, man. It's as easy as it gets.
It
Boom,
is,
you
yeah.
drive.
I
get your car.
set my sister up with it because she went out to Sacramento to see some friends a year ago. And I was like, hey, I'm going to set you with Park and Go. Here's all you need to do. Just show up and do this. And she literally, I'm not here to glaze Bob, but she literally texts, she goes, Bob's right. She goes, I parked my car. I literally got out and the guy was like ready and I panicked. There. She goes, I panicked. I wasn't ready to get all my stuff out. He's like, all right, I'll be right back. She goes, 5 minutes later, he was back and I got on the bus and she's like, it was me and 3 other people. I was like, yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is a great story right there. I hear it from friends all the time, too. They're like, you were right about Park and Go. I'm like, I know I'm right about Park and Go. They're awesome.
I'll never not use it again.
I'm going to use it a week from tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
I'll be flying to Jamaica for a week next week, and I'm going to use Park and Go. I've already got it set up.
Yeah.
I just can't wait.
I mean, there's so many parking companies out there. You stand there and wait and hope a bus shows up, and then sometimes they don't show up to work. It's like, oh, come on, I got a flight to catch. Park and Go's not like that at all. They're awesome.
It was awesome. arriving and leaving. It was the same thing. And the reason I guess I thought of that is because we brought up CDOT, and he was on my Park and Go bus coming back.
He was?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at like 11 or noon. He's like, yeah, man, going straight to the station.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure it does.
Somebody says, my son Luke loves that I named my children after the Star Wars characters. My daughter Chewbacca, not so much.
No.
Speaking of May the 4th, the Royals are in action tonight. It's Tanner Bybee versus Michael Wacha, the guy that's been your ace of the staff this year. Big series. That lineup we talked to Vern about earlier says he's probably going to see the same lineup tonight. If it's been working, keep using it. We see consistency, and it's actually paid off, which is something that you love to see when it comes to this Royals team, because they did need that. They needed some of that. And you talk about greats in the game, and now a manager of the Philadelphia Phillies, Don Mattingly. When we talk about the lineup, and this is what his theory on the lineup is.
Don said, and I think this resonates certainly with the players in the clubhouse, is as a former player, I always appreciated, knowing where I was going to hit. I appreciated a manager asking me where I felt comfortable. So if certain guys on my team, my best hitters, feel more comfortable in certain spots, I would rather have them be totally committed to hitting in that spot rather than me putting them in a spot where it's like, I don't like hitting here. I don't want to do this. I don't feel comfortable. I've hit third my entire life, or whatever the case may be. So,
and then I also saw that they were doing a interview with the Pittsburgh Pirates future superstar Connor Griffin, and they were asking him about his I guess rise up into the league, and we've seen him starting to kind of get it together. And one of the things I thought was interesting that he said in his interview is that he's like, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
And failure isn't the end of the world. It's a learning lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that before. And I think that you can shift that kind of towards Jack Caglione. Again, in his last 10 games, he's 7 for 31. That might not do it for you because that's a 226 average. But in those 10 games, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 3 extra base hits. And in a series against the Seattle Mariners, where he was a big part of that series, he was 3 of 10. He had a home run and 3 RBI. So he had the go-ahead RBI that he knocked all the way to the wall because Julio Rodriguez just completely baffled. The ball got to him that quick in center field. And then obviously hit the home run in the same inning that Vinny Pasquantino did. And you saw the fun. You saw, at least to me, what you've been yearning for with this team, and that was the vibes of the World Baseball Classic. You saw that this weekend. Everybody's having fun. And I thought Vern said it well when he talked about Q's interview when Jack came out and Lane Thomas went in after Jack Caglione hit a home run earlier in that game. And Thomas went in, and before he even got down the steps of the dugout, he was chanting and raving, going, go get him, Lane. Base hit, game-winning RBI. And the Royals seem to have that mojo back. And I think a big 3, same. And your hitters that need to hit are starting to hit.
Well, and that's the other thing, too. These guys are starting to step it up, but consistency does matter. Every Major League Baseball player will tell you that. They want consistency. They want to be able to go out there every day when they wake up and know where they're going to be in the lineup. Everybody likes that routine, right? It makes life better that way. When you know when you get up, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to accomplish. You don't want to be blindsided. You walk into work at 9 o'clock in the day, and baseball players are creatures of habit more than anybody else in sports, maybe other than golfers, right? I mean, these guys are a creature of habit, and they want to know if they're going to be in the lineup, and they should know if they're going to be in the lineup every day. And if the lineup's working, there's no reason to go out there and change that lineup. I remember as a kid, or even back in like 14 and 15, you knew the lineup by order in your mind.
Even if you hated Escobar hitting leadoff,
right? You knew it. Yeah. You knew he was going to be there. We
Ed
could debate
budge.
it, right? And you knew that lineup. You knew who was going to be in there every single day. And what did they do? They went to 2 straight World Series, right? And gave us the 2 best summers of our lives. And that's what I want this Royals team to do. And I know it's a different era of baseball. Doesn't mean it's better. I don't think this is a good era of baseball with the way they're trying to push the analytics. We saw it in basketball fall flat on its face over the weekends. And they're big analytic proponents, right? I mean, we saw basketball teams, the top 10 3-point shooting teams or whatever, have already been eliminated. Who was it? Tracy McGrady? The numbers are a scam. Let these guys go out there and play and get that experience, because failing is so powerful to help you grow in everything that you do.
This is from DraftKings Sportsbook on X. No Giannis in round 2, no Kawhi in round 2, no Tatum in round 2, no Durant in round 2, no Curry in round 2, no Jokic in round 2, but yet there's LeBron James at 41 years old.
41, but you know what?
They're about to get swept, though.
But do any of
getting away with this?
But all those guys that you just named, do they really sell the league, or does LeBron still sell the league? The Knicks sell the league?
Curry would, in your
Embiid sell
opinion.
the league? Curry would if he was, participating, obviously. But those guys that you mentioned there, for the most part, I don't care that they're not in the playoffs. I think we got some really good storylines. The New York Philly storyline is outstanding. Obviously, you've got the Spurs and Oklahoma City doing their thing out west, which is a great storyline for both of those teams. And so I think it trumped, I'm not missing Giannis not being in the playoffs this year. I don't know that, quite honestly, guys, he's a big enough personality to warrant missing in the postseason. You guys can speak better than I can. Now, if he was on the Knicks and the Knicks weren't in and Giannis wasn't in, a different story. Milwaukee not being in,
We're going to talk about him like we talked about Joe Montana. Jokic looks and feels like one of the greatest players I've ever seen, right? Like, no matter where we come in the final accounting, when people
and he is, just for the record, I can say this, he is one of the best players of all time before people get too far down this path.
But when people get into he doesn't pass the eye test, I'm like, oh, you don't like basketball. Like, he is an obvious eye test guy, right? Then there happen to be numbers that support that. For me, at least, Shea is not an eye test guy. Shea has a rack of advanced statistics that imply that he has been one of the greatest players of all time in the last 3 or 4 years. There has never been a single solitary moment that I have watched him and thought that I was watching one of the greatest players of all time. Just never happened. I'm not, and that doesn't mean he's not.
I understand the comparison to Joe Montana. At first, I didn't, but secondly, I do. You watch Joe Montana, you're like, that guy's nothing great. Oh, my God, he's won 4 Super Bowls. He's one of the greatest of all time. The eye test was never really there. It never popped. Like, you watch Patrick Mahomes, you're like, whoa, you can see that. It pops, right? Joe Montana was a good quarterback and made great plays and was as clutch as they get. So I understand where he's going with that SGA thing, because I think if you asked a casual NBA fan like me, you'd say name 10 NBA players. I don't know that he makes my top 10. I really don't. And I'd have to go through that and list the guys out. If you were to name 10 NBA players, I don't know that he does make. You don't watch him and go, wow. You watch him and you go, he's Tim Duncan.
Yeah, the first time I listened to this, I was like, damn, Bomani's like really crapping on SGA. And then kind of what you're saying, I'm like, oh, okay, no. He's just saying he just does it in a different way that's not going to be exciting. But at the end of the day, he is still a great.
Yeah.
It's like Tim Duncan is the comparison in basketball. It's like, well, he's not that exciting. Yeah, but dude, 28 and 12, and he's
every
won 4
game.
championships.
And he wins championships, and he gets
5,
rings. Yeah, no, it's what we heard there. The Joe Montana comp, at first I was like, that sucks. But now I'm like, no, that's a great comp. Because Joe Montana was not flashy. He was Joe Cool. Hey, look, John Candy's up there. There's a minute 57 to go, and we're down 4 in the Super Bowl, and we're at our own 20. Yeah, but that's John Candy up there. Touchdown win. I mean, like, that's how he was. That's Joe Montana in a nutshell. He was never the Patrick Mahomes flashy guy. He was a good-looking guy. The women loved him and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, he was never going to be one of those guys where you're like, oh, my God, that's a human highlight reel. And I don't think SGA is a human highlight reel either. Some of the human highlight reels aren't really that great for their teams.
Yeah, exactly. They're great for the clips. Yeah.
Somebody says, imagine how many free throws we'll be watching with LeBron versus SGA.
Yeah, it's funny. That is that's the consensus, right? You look at the numbers, people don't want to talk about that because they'll say, oh, that doesn't actually tell me what flopping is. But if you look at free throw rate, like SGA is very normal amongst star players. He's 8 of 15. The last 15 MVPs, he's 8th. He's below Kobe Bryant, who I know we've got a bunch of Kobe fans. Kobe was worse at this. Kobe flopped. Kobe went to the free throw line. Joel Embiid, who we love, does this. Luka Doncic, to your point, the reason we love Luka Doncic, though, one, he was the first overall pick, so we had that thought of him. Second, he's talking smack. He's cussing at fans. He's hitting step-back 35-foot three-pointers. SGA just is hitting mid-range shots. He's driving. He's hitting layups. And you don't have that clip on TikTok to say, well, SGA is really that guy.
He's just he's the great fundamental.
Yes.
I mean, to steal the name, right?
Instead, you have a clip of him getting foul baiting one time in one game. For that one game, you're like, that's who he is.
Yeah.
SGA.
Well, they just don't play defense.
Yeah,
maybe SGA is one of those guys that you show to younger kids and say, you don't have to be flashy and still be one of the greatest players in the sport. You can just go out there and dominate and do the right things and lead your team to championships. Yes. I mean, people were not again, it was a different era. It's hard to tell compared to where we are now versus would Tim Duncan have been a TikTok star, right? Would Tim Duncan have been strong on social media? Probably not. He's not that personality. He's very quiet, an introverted type guy. He's not going to go out there and push himself. SGA doesn't seem like he's that guy either that's going to go out there and push himself to be, the best, the voice, the face, however you want to look at it. And that's okay. We have other guys that can do that, but it doesn't take away from the greatness that he is. He may be boring for a lot of people, but I guarantee you Oklahoma City Thunder fans love that guy because he's bringing championships to their town. And that's what it's about. It doesn't have to be exciting when it's your guy, but when you're on the outside, you want it to be exciting. You want a reason to watch Oklahoma City.
Which, to bring this full circle, is why you want to see Caglione do well, because you get to see that Italian brotherhood develop with Vinny watching Cags, and you get to watch these Royals kind of get that mojo back. Again, Tanner Bybee tonight, a right-handed pitcher with a 4+ ERA. You'd love to see the Royals set the tone tonight in a game one with Michael Walk on the mound, with Cameron and Reagans following up suit against Cleveland as well as they take a 4-game series home today. Vern said 6-4. 6-4 would get you to 21-3 after these 10 games where 3 series against your division is happening. You're 2.5 games out as of now. I don't think that number really matters because there's not going to be these sort of records when it comes down to the end of the season, but these are games that you kind of need to win early because of the hole that you kind of dug earlier on. So if you go 6-4 on this 10-game stretch of the division, 21-23 sounds a lot better at the end, or about the mid to low end of May.
But even still, you go 6-4 in your next 10, you're still 2 under. I mean, that shows you that hole that they dug and how big that hole was, and why we said at the beginning of the year when this was going on, you can't do this kind of stuff. You can't find yourself 7 games under 500. You can't find yourselves 9 games under 500 because it's going to take exhaustive work to get back to even, and that wears you out. And you have to go out there and basically play every single game mistake-free in order to get back to even. It doesn't leave you much leeway if something were to go wrong, because if you don't win, however many in a row, 5, 6 in a row, then you're still fighting to get back to that 500 mark. You get there and then you fall back. You get there and then you fall back. And then you play this romper room all season long where you're fighting to get back to 500. And 6-4 over the next 10 would be great. But we need more than that at this point in time. We need this team, when they get set to leave this weekend to go to Chicago to start that series next week against the White Sox, they need to be back over 500. They need to be back over 500 as they get ready to head to the Windy City. And there's no reason they can't. Again, we talked about it last Monday. Good character guys. We saw it over the weekend. The character keeps these guys fighting and battling when, things aren't going their way. But it has to be, I think anyway, you've got to find a way to get back over 500 when you're getting ready to head out of town on Sunday afternoon to head to Chicago. You've got to get back up there, because the longer it takes you to get back to 500, the shorter this season becomes.
There are only 5 teams in the American League that have an above 500 record. Those are the Yankees and the Rays, the Guardians and the Tigers, and the Oakland Athletics / Sacramento Athletics. Coming up on the other side, we will get to our brioches of the weekend here on 96.5 The Fan. For Bob, for Mac, from Dusty. We'll be right back here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, Golden Oak Lending is awesome. They've helped us out over the years. I'm telling you, we've had a relationship with Golden Oak Lending for over a decade now, and it all started with us with that free mortgage checkup. And that's what I'm asking you guys to do, right? You want to take that free mortgage checkup to find out if you're in a good spot with your mortgage. And at this time of the year, with graduations here, college tuition coming due soon, weddings, all the stuff that takes place during the spring and summer, you'd love to go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. And my friends at Golden Oak Lending can help you get there, where you can go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. And at Golden Oak Lending, the average cash-out customer also saves $1,104 per month. Think about putting all that extra money into your pocket, whether you need it to pay off bills, maybe you've got some home repairs, and like I said, with graduation season here, It's an expensive time of the year. Golden Oak Lending can give you the break that you need. So take that free mortgage checkup. It is risk-free. There's no paperwork or credit card required. It's just a phone conversation where you do all the talking. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD. And like Golden Oak Lending, cure your blues.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours. Because a friend wants your ring to be nothing short of perfect. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are working hard to bring this community together. You see it all over Kansas City, all the projects that are going on. The Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are on top of it. They're helping build Kansas City, and now they can help your business as well. And there's absolutely no cost to becoming a partner contractor. So if you're an HVAC contractor, the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 will provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. The Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size and the skills and deployment of your workforce to maximize the effectiveness during the times you need it to most. And they'll provide you the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years developing relationships within the communities we serve. And there's no downside. It is completely free with zero obligations. So you need to get in touch with my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. They're going to give you straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Brioche of the weekend.
Big brioche guy.
Love that. Yeah, good take.
Brioche of the weekend, presented by the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. Here on a Monday. Shout out to Josh Vernier, who was on the show earlier, talking all things positivity. It's nice to see that sort of Mojo back in the building, at least with Vern, who had a good weekend, I'm sure, of shows when it came to the 3-game sweep in Seattle. Sweepless in Seattle, or sweepness in Seattle. So that, you said that scene is I'll Have What She's Having, is at Katz's Deli?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I can understand why you would say I'm having what she's having. All right, your Brioche of the weekend, Bob.
I am going to pivot of what I originally was going to do, and I'm going to give it to John Sterling, the late voice of the Yankees, passed away, I guess early this morning, maybe last night, and was the soundtrack to some of the greatest moments in baseball in the 90s. Once the strike ended and the steroid scandal was going on, it was a phenomenal era of baseball. Wow, it gives you goosebumps listening to John Sterling. That's the way a baseball broadcast should be. He was just epic. Broadway aficionado, to say the least, would work in Broadway lyrics all the time, musical songs. I mean, that's just, I guess subconsciously I probably have a little John Sterling in myself just by listening to him over the years. But that's what I want out of a play-by-play guy. That's what you want out of your baseball announcer, to get you at the edge of your seat, to celebrate those calls, to have those moments. And, the Yankees win call that he had over the years, we're losing the true legendary broadcasters, man. And that is another one who passed away. So rest in peace to John Sterling. Hell of a career. The Atlanta Hawks, the New York Islanders, the Nets, and obviously he became known as the Yankees announcer when they were winning championships, and it's fun to call games where your team's winning, right? You become all that much better. So my Brioche of the weekend, 87 years to John Sterling.
My sources tell me that the Lord himself is going to have him announce. Yeah. How about you, Moses?
I mean, there was a story this morning from the producer of the radio broadcast, and he said, I called John to check in every once in a while, just to make sure he's doing okay, because I called him a couple of weeks ago to make sure he was doing okay health-wise, as he had a heart attack earlier this year. And the tweet was, and then he says to me, I called to check on his health, he says to me, why are the Yankees carrying 2 left-handed hitting catchers? Up until his dying day, he's ticked that the Yankees are carrying. Awesome. Why are they carrying 2 left-handed catchers? I don't know.
That's great.
Mac, you had a Brioche?
Yeah, I think it's got to be this.
Further ado is getting going on the far outside with Commandment. They're both putting in their runs as they arrive into the final furlong. O'Sally is also gaining ground on the far outside as they come to the last 16th of a mile. Denon Bourbon in front. O'Sully, a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Cherie DeVaux make history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
Yeah, I kind of poo-pooed the Derby just a little bit. I only haven't watched it. Like, I watch it sometimes, but I think that'll be something that I at least try and make sure that I'm around a TV for every year, because it was a super fun 2 minutes. It was great. Just me and my friends. It was before the Celtics came. I was like, let's turn this on. It's about to start. Let's just do it. And it was fantastic. And then not only the race was great, I knew I could get kind of into that, right? Who wouldn't? It's a close race. It's 2 minutes. But the human interest part of the Derby, and I don't know if that's the way it is every year, but they found, the brothers being jockeys, both of them fighting for that first place, and then you learn about them. You learn about Cherie DeVaux, the first female trainer, and what she went through. Like, the human interest part of it, it was like like the pregame was going. My friends were like trying to change the game. I was like, no, like the interviews, like the race is great, but I want to hear more from these people. So that was so cool. That's what makes sports so great. Yes, the race was awesome, but the aftermath of it was like, damn,
yeah, the
I'm
human
all
interest stuff
in.
is fantastic in the Kentucky Derby, but that's why that stuff sells. It's why they get everybody to watch, like with the Olympics, too. It's the human interest side of things. It's somebody's dead sister, People like that kind of stuff. The fact that two jockeys were brothers, that's really cool.
Crazy.
And I really thought the best kind of shot, I thought the overhead shot was great to watch the horse go from last to first was just spectacular. But the trainer celebrating and watching her watch the race. That was awesome.
Yes. Jumping up and down, going
you love
crazy.
to see that kind of stuff because I still sometimes don't think sports people appreciate what they do enough, right? They don't love what they do enough to appreciate what they're doing is, oh my God, this is unbelievable. They just expect it. Her raw emotion during that race as that horse started to, come up and they had that behind the scenes shot. She was freaking out. And then they interview her and she's cool, calm, and collected. And I'm like, that's awesome that she was able to go from holy cow, out of my mind. Oh, yes, that was a very nice
yes.
Because that shot of her when they were winning, and she was insane, and it was awesome fun, man.
She was almost like that guy you see in the video that's like tapping himself in the back.
That guy's getting all that right. He stole that from Seinfeld, man. Kramer was doing that 40 years ago, rooting for Papa Nick.
You'd have thought that Lucas Ercig's horse won the race.
Tight ball game against a really good team. Sorry if I'm stuttering. My adrenaline is through the freaking roof right now, and I love this shit.
Whoops, sorry, pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. All right.
Joel, you didn't say pardon me.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was great.
My freaking adrenaline's running, and I effing love it.
Yeah. Still running. My brioche of the weekend goes to reading. I know that might sound boring to a lot of people, but someone who does sports radio for a living, there are times when I just need to put my phone down and just not worry about the sports world and just get lost in a book. Andy Weir's book of Project Hail Mary, finished it this weekend. I think I had half the book left going into Friday morning.
Wow.
Got home Friday.
Hard.
Yeah, it's 476 pages.
Wow.
I had 252 pages left as of Friday morning and finished it Sunday at 2 p.m.
Let's go, dude.
That's great. I don't have the capacity to do that. I just don't, and I envy you guys that do. I sit down and start to read, and I'm like, I could be doing that.
And I just, because the weather was perfect, and I was just posted up in my bed, sitting there, cross-legged, reading the pages left and right, breeze coming in, no TV, no music, no nothing, just me, pages, and
That's awesome.
It was over. And it was just really nice. It was a good way to clear my mind. A lot of people have said it's one of the best stories they've ever read. It's one of the best movies they've ever seen. I think I'm going to go see it today. That way I could knock it off my list. And it was one of those books. When I closed the book, I was like, that was exceptional. And Mac, you're almost done with it as well. But it took me about
this week.
2.5 weeks to read. I cracked it on the flight to New York and finished it on Sunday night.
Yeah,
Sunday
the kids
afternoon.
have loved this movie, or at least my older daughter has been telling my wife, you guys got to go see this movie. And we're like, all right, whatever. We don't do movies all that much. And talk to some other people, like, it's great for the kids. And hear you talk about, it's a big deal right now. Everybody's into this thing.
And from what I've heard is that Ryan Gosling is the perfect character to play Ryland Grace in this movie.
He looks like a Ryland Grace.
Well, it's kind of funny, too, because you think about it, Hail Mary, full of grace, right? Like the prayer. And it just kind of makes sense. And he also wrote Interstellar and The Martian. The Martian will be getting, The Martian. Is that what it's called? The Martian.
The Martian.
It's getting dropped off today. So that book will be done in about a week.
Let's go. You and I are just going to be a little book club we've started, I guess,
right.
without even trying.
Could have been all of our brioche this week.
Jack shrinks as he gets older.
And we've got the Boston Celtics, who, after being knocked out by the Philadelphia 76ers,
You guys
are fishing. I see our buddy Bill Simmons in there, John Krasinski,
Who's the
Mark
two people at the
Wahlberg,
front? I don't know. Stop it.
I
don't. That on purpose.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon on there, Tatum and Brown.
This last one.
That's all I see on that boat. I don't
That's
see
exactly
anything
right.
else.
I didn't see
And that's a wrap for Inside the NBA.
And that's a wrap for us today on
so
a Monday.
good.
Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens advising you all to go do something nice for somebody. You never know. Change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, and enjoy Cody Gold and Drew from 10 to 2. Cody lost his glasses. It is a story.